Hello everyone. Welcome again. And again, it's too loud. Holy crap. I always forget these things. There we go. Better. Not super loud, not super soft. It is what it is, as they say. It's all good stuff, as they say. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go over the stuff that I went over in the morning, because we always do. But we're going to be doing it a lot quicker than I did last time because, well, a lot of you guys have been here since the morning. Hello, Hannah Ayala. A lot of you have been here. Hello, Chris Claudio. Yes. Welcome. Thank you always for the positivity that you always send. Thank you again for today's positivity. Really do appreciate it. Always do. There we go. So we're gonna get started with everything right now. The only things that we're going to go over a little bit quicker, less quick, is this right here. Dokibird owning her own corporation is no joke. She literally is a CEO. The copyright on the height case is Dokibird Production Inc. Oh my goodness. There we go. And yes, Doki's company logo on the height case. So I checked, it's registered. Dang, it's registered. This BSP person, Dragoon 000 BSP. It is the company number here in British Columbia. It is a BC company, British Columbia company. Business number is this one. Registry page, they don't have one. But on the 2nd of April, it was modified. I guess she had maybe an Inc. before or an LLC before. And this is her current one that she has right now. Corporation application of 2023. Last year, she had that. So she had the incorporation application originally. It was probably Selen Inc. or something like that. And now it's notice of alteration, which means that you're changing your name, you're changing something with it. So because, you know, I have an LLC, you can do that. You can change the name if you ever feel like it. So this is what happens. This is awesome. It's amazing. It's good for her. That helps her with paying Mr. Man, helps her with paying everyone else that she has to pay. It makes sure that every bill gets through properly. She is a complete badass boss. Good for her. Dokibird Production. There we go. She actually has a website now. She has a website, still empty though. Gotta snag those domains before aunties get them. Absolutely. You have to snag those domains pretty quickly. She probably snagged it before she even made her production company. When she was thinking of going back to being Dokibird, that's probably when she snagged it. She's smart, so she probably did at that point. Seems reasonable, honestly. She's big enough to get benefits from using it. She's at the point of hiring 37 different people for a project. I think running things at a company level is suitable at that point. And for VTubers, especially using a company as a public-facing legal entity, can also be pretty useful in certain situations, since depending on the type of company, the information of the owner may not be public. For instance, in the case where she's claiming copyright for this height case, she might otherwise have had to use her actual name if she didn't have a company name to use. That's why you use an actual company name. Heard this normal for big streamer, take money without a huge tax. Also for copyright stuff, of course, all that kind of stuff. It's good. It's good that this is being done. I'm glad that she decided to take this big step. So there's her Dokibird production. Let me get something to drink because I actually haven't hydrated right now. I'm gonna hydrate. Little sippy sip. In order not to take too long, little sippy sip. Now we have Tenma, who scared the crap out of some people because they say they're Kampai Nikki, which Kampai Nikki is like the, you know, the foreign Nikki, the people outside, the US people, etc. Tenma from Face Connect talking about her experiences working for the company, and of course, a good type of stream with the black thumbnail. Nice, since it gave me a heart attack though. Also, hi again, OP. I got caught less than half of the stream. What a wholesome stream. It was just basically her giving her full rundown of how everything happened. She's very sweet. Clicked on the stream because of black screen, Black screen meta incoming. Hopefully not, because it scares people. Fellow phase shield. Glory to Pakistan. And may the reign of the fish last 1,000,000 years. Mumi to you too, sir. So here we go. Here was the dear Kampai Nikki. She actually just had, you know, her being there 3 years. Here's things like she's mentioning also things that she wants to do, things that she wants to happen. We're gonna get you that audio there real quick, just so you guys can hear exactly what she's doing.
Movie watch along, where we experience 12 hours of pure testosterone macho movie sweat, baby. And it was kinda awesome. And it was a relief to have a community supporting my love for macho men.
So yeah, just little fun times there. It wasn't like the other black stream from Nijisanji. It was actually a good one in this case. Here is another part of something that I wanted to talk about, where, as you remember, when the whole dokibird thing situation happened on February 15th, where Selen was terminated unceremoniously, a lot of people after that, after they found out about that, Clippers left, a lot of people left, Height left, a lot of organizations that were a part of them left, a lot of smaller fans that were doing, you know, merch and were doing art for them and were doing all these things. A lot of artists left Nijisanji, a lot of people left Nijisanji because they felt betrayed by what they did to Selen. Because Selen, as a lot of artists came out to say, paid them really well and paid them out of her own pocket when Nijisanji would not do that. She fought tooth and nail so that artists could get paid correctly. You have Daily Dose of Nijisanji EN, you have PEF, Nijisanji Clips, and Pandora's Box, which is mainly a Lyra Pandora. Lose major clippers in the community, and those little that are left are very pure viewership compared to before. These are the ones that don't have that many views compared to how they used to be. They still have good views in some cases, but, you know, not as much as they had. Used to have a small Nijisanji clip channel, haven't uploaded out in a while, trying to get into non-Nijisanji related clips. My recent 3 months ago clip was Quinn Bonet. I'm glad Nijisanji is losing clippers because it means less exposure. And it hurts the good creators that are out there, of course, because exposure helps a lot. But in this case, it's not good to support the actual company. Support your liver. If they are in Nijisanji, support them all you want, but don't support the company itself. Hello, Suni. That pinned comment, yeah, the pinned comment. Yes, you are smart. Would probably be for business transactions, paying contracting people. Yeah, it's for paying and contracting people, more than likely. Let's see. Hello, 80 Santos. Hello for YouTube. Hello, Zenny. Niji backstabbing comes to light. Yes, it does. A lot of Niji backstabbing happened, and that's when people decided to leave them, which makes sense when you think about it. I don't know why this happens. Hey, Hoppy, member for 2 months. Thank you.
With Pippa, Chio, and Pillow Deer today.
Ah, nice. Lissa collabed with Pippa, Chio, and Pillow Deer today. Very nice. So we have a little bit of memes. We have some memes. Let me get them bigger for you so you can see everything. It is all these memes here of fights. Of course, the Anime Expo, it says, it was her fans. It was because of their Niji stan complaints and blackmailing. Our fans have become easy, that's why it's not selling. Cancelled, right? It was their fault. The live is now cancelled. Selen, why aren't they selling seats? Yeah, basically, the whole thing. You're fired from Niji Yen. It's from right to left. And yeah, they aren't selling seats, and it's all because of Selen. Of course, that's the one that they're claiming. But you see these seats, it was less than 10% that was sold. So that was their fault. Next is this. It is Super Saiyan. She's going Super Saiyan, Super Selen levels. It's called Super Selen 2. And this is to go even further beyond. And then she has the long neck. The long neck. Yeah, she has an absolutely long neck. Gotta love these things. You gotta love them. I hate when Reddit does this. It does the can't see anything, I guess. Here we have someone that hopes that Rosemi leaves soon, and I can understand that because Rosemi is stuck in a bad situation. Obviously, I have no intentions of forcing her if she doesn't want to.
We can actually send these? I love man boobies.
You love man boobies. You can send one a month. You can send one of those a month. Yes, you can. It allows you to send one of those a month. The super message, the member messages. Someone make a meme of JP, oh my. Look at the perfect stage for a Saiyan battle. Yes, exactly. Here we have, as I was saying, someone that wants Rosemi to leave soon. I agree with them because she deserves to be in a much better space than what she is at currently. Obviously, I have no intention of forcing her if she doesn't want to. Also, do not go into their streams and say, when are you going to graduate? Why are you still with Niji? That is harassment, and harassment is not allowed anywhere. I do not promote it. I do not say that it should be done. Nothing at all. It's just, you should never do that. Just let them be. If you don't like them, let them be. Want her to be happy, maybe go indie or reputable corpo. She doesn't need Nijisanji to thrive. I just want her to know that when she leaves, we will follow. She knows pretty much. People know that when she leaves, like she knows that when she leaves, people will follow. Look at Selen, look at Pomu, look at all these people they follow. Look at Nina. She has examples everywhere that people will follow. Due to the boycott, but if she were to leave there immediately, I hope Nijisanji EN dissolves and they are allowed the talents to keep their models. It's not going to happen. It's a large corporation. Very rarely, even Hololive, very rarely allows their talents to keep everything. I think they haven't ever. So large corporations won't do that because they are a large corporation. They want to make money off of anything that they can with the likeness, the resemblance of the model there. Want talents within Niji to know we don't hate them. They know. They absolutely know. There is zero chance the company is going to let the talents have the models, like I said. He's just inhaling copium, so they understand. The only one I still keep up with, she's the one of the best EN livers working right now, according to this person, in their humble opinion. On one end, she's very creative, and going indie would allow her creativity to flourish. She has connections outside of Niji. On the other hand, I'm not sure if she prefers the comfort and management Niji can provide. At the very least, right now, she has stability in the sense of she knows what to expect inside of Nijisanji. She knows what to expect going through everything. That in and of itself can cause a lot of people to stay because they have that seniority, number one, the ability to know exactly what's going to be happening, so they don't have any extra worries to have. And that's a big thing, of course. Let's see here. Can I go? Yep, I can still go forward. There are various different message boards that have a lot of Nijisanji related stuff. One of them is Yahoo JP in general, and then there's the Yahoo Finance board. This, I believe, is just the Yahoo JP board that we're going to take a look at right now. It's right here. On the left is the Japanese, right is the translations. A lot of people on X are saying that it was canceled to protect fans and performers due to a threat. There's no verification of that. But since they're going through it with the booth, I think that was wrong. I mean, the fans over there will be exposed to danger then. Rather, with many other companies participating, if there was a threat which warranted the canceling of the concert, they would explicitly issue an alert. Like what happened with that independent VTuber, the smaller VTuber, that was part of an organization that does a lot of idol lives, that had a threat of an explosive device. Things like that. Some information floating around that the ticket sales weren't good. That's the cause for this, then I guess it can't be helped. I think overseas activities is important, but performing a concert under those conditions will put a psychological burden on the performers. I don't think so much on this one. However, even as VSPO is putting the effort into overseas expansion, yes, VSPO is. Idol EN always has been. You have Aka Virtual who's doing it now too. Not to mention a condition to be able to hold large-scale overseas events in the near future. So people are, copium, wanting it to be big. Some speculation that threats were the case, according to current information. Surely it seems that their seats were poorly filled, played an influence on that. Past concert cancellations were likewise in consideration of the influence on the talents. Although there's some distrust towards management, there are also supportive voices towards the talents. I support the talents themselves. It sucks to not have something like that go on. It really does, especially when you plan for it, when you actually plan for it. Talent's own efforts, so I'd like them to reward them. Holo sold out in 30 minutes. Niji barely sold out at all. North America. In some way, it became an unforgettable experience. Yeah, in the wrong way, pretty much. People were saying the last comment made me laugh out loud. It's funny because it's true. The booth theory, if canceling a concert due to threat, then they should pull the booth as well. Ticket sell rat is making more sense, both financially and logically. Like I've said many times, it depends on how much it would cost them to just not do it and pay the penalty versus paying for the full venue and then not having enough to cover the full venue. That's the big issue that they're going to be facing, because if you can't cover the full venue, then you're screwed. But if you can get maybe like 25% or 30% penalty or whatever it is for the 2 days that you were going to do, or the moments that you were going to do, the time slots you were going to do, it is probably cheaper and easier for you to do that. You can recover that with super chats and ad revenue on your stream. So yeah, you know, that's just the way it is, the way it works. Unfortunately, we're going to go over some of the things that were being said. The safety concerns was a big one. People are here saying that the refunding over 1,000 tickets to save face is idiotic. This person is huffing copium. Of course, it's the threats, apparently. Most likely not related to ticket sales. Canceling concerts essentially last minute costs a lot of money. And then streaming a free concert is a lot riskier. I would say it's the other way around. It's a lot riskier to have a low selling concert than it is to have a concert on YouTube, for obvious reasons, because YouTube, you can just control everything and you can get super chats and other money in that way. Don't even need to translate. I can smell the copium. I guess Kuzuha are getting the taste of Kana and Kuzuha. Management looking how this is their first time going to AX in the US. There was a threat. Nijisanji booth would have closed as well. Idol yes as well. There are talents of some shady companies like Wachter and Owozu that got second chances. What do we think a copium smells like? Low-key, want to ask my friend who does perfumery to for fun to just make a perfume of it. That would be interesting. NDF mad. Their Wumbo timeline did not come to fruition. Oh well. Hello, David Thomas. Some strong, nice smell that makes me want to throw up. For some people, it would be an alluring smell. JP fans here are, of course, throwing the same kind of accusations. The accusations, this one is a JP fan throwing accusations of, you know, it being bad apples doing this. And, of course, people having, you know, conniption fits because of that whole thing. And someone saying, you know, that they got blocked because of it. It's normal. It's normal when it comes to JP people that this is going to happen. Here's a lot of people, you know, having a bit of copium spread on their cheeks. No, I'm just kidding. Let me get you the Google Translate. Let me get you that lovely Google Translate for you guys. Website. Whatever one it is to translate. And here we go. Let's translate all of this stuff here. They're saying Poland has tied the score. Oh, they're talking about the Austria thing. Netherlands, final tournament, match is over. Has nothing to do with V, but let me complain, something they say in public. Baiting other people are just doing random stuff. The end for any Kara and Vispo, their credibility as a company has plummeted. People are just saying things like that. So, continuing on. People are saying that there are gonna, what are they trading it as, like roving gangs of Hololivers and like dokibird lovers? They're treating it as like gangs that are there to cause violence and stuff. I don't think so. But that's what they're treating it as. Like they're going over here and saying the same thing, that it was canceled because of they refunded and sold the tickets 100%. This person is happy that they're going to be doing a YouTube event because they just bought the tickets for the YouTube live. So now the tickets have been refunded and he doesn't have to go anywhere. They don't have to go anywhere. They can watch. Fine for me if they want to do that. The cope is, you know, of it not being bad selling is just really strong cope. Needy Sister, Livers talking about the concert. The Livers were thankful of the fans. They are sorry for everyone who bought tickets to get inconvenience of having to go and all that kind of stuff. They're excited and looking forward for it too. They prepare for a lot of performances for the event, so the YouTube event is going to be a good one. They will do their best in the future. They're saying that it was a tough decision to make. letting everyone know about the free streaming online. So yeah, everyone who was going to be a part of the concert is letting others know, hey, guess what? We're going to be doing a free stream online. Go and check it out if you want to see it. You know, that's not a bad thing either. I'm glad that they're doing something like that. Wishing everyone to enjoy AX regardless of what happened. Those are all good things. They want the harassment to be true when it's their side that has been harassing, lying, blowing S out of proportion. Both sides have been doing it, honestly. Not inside Kurosanji, honestly, but both sides of the aisle have had some harassment stuff doing. You know, bad apples on both sides. There's always bad apples on both sides. There's always going to be, in general, bad apples happening. So that is something that's going to happen, of course. It says, we're literally fighting a cold war. It's nothing but words, misinformation, and fear. Peace is not an option, but it doesn't have to be because the threat is empty. We only have to keep going and pretend these people don't exist. That's actually the best way to do it. That's actually not a bad way of seeing things. Pretend that people don't exist, and then just continue on doing your stuff, living your life, having your fun, however you want to have it. This also is an issue that was being pushed by people. It's really a dumb issue, but it is an issue being pushed by people of, you know, this guy is saying he was going to attack anybody, being a bad situation. People here going on the message board saying that it was all thanks to bad selling. The Expo itself was seen as a dangerous event if it's true, but it's not true. Nijisanji-san, you know, seems pretty dangerous to go around naming specific groups and spreading the word. This is a result of threats. Yeah, it's not going to do that. Venue empty, concert canceled, which made me laugh. Going and mentioning other people, you know, saying threats and stuff like that. More needy people making a fuss. NDF spread this post around and shouted it was evidence of threats, but this was just a post from March. What about the many live shows that were held in the meantime? Exactly. And here we have all the information on the Japanese side. And people saying that, you know, the culprits are the the Holo fans, a mix of Holo fans and Doki fans that were the culprits of this. Yeah, right. Reika the Shark was a pretty good watch last night. Yeah, I liked Reika the Shark last night. It was a good watch. Her being a nursing graduate, whatever, that's actually pretty cool. You know, Height also saying that they're going to be doing things with Doki. In light of recent developments regarding Any Color, Height decided to leave Any Color. Now Height is right next to Any Color. People are saying that those are the threats that are happening. They're lies, of course. Also the GTA stuff about them leaving GTA. Like, they're showing all the bad things. And here you have males, females, and Corona Noir right there, where they didn't sell hardly any of the seating in general. Like, less than 10% for all of them. Which is freaking crazy when you think about it. Let's see. GG, aka Biscotti, made a good choice to join Hololive. Very true. You pay more for less, and you will like it. Vox had a stream today titled I'm Home. I don't know if this was of him being mocked on Bilibili over his fugly model or back to YouTube for streams. Probably back to YouTube for streams. Isn't AG's ticket price obnoxiously expensive compared to Hololive? They're around the same price, honestly. Ryusei, from what I saw, they're around the same price. The Hololive and Nijisanji tickets, because it's more set by the venue than it is by them. Really BS, after Selen incident, Corona Noir still have their concert. Why now? It's more funny that some people are going to repost the full AX concert YouTube stream up on Bilibili. Holy crap. Unquantifiable damage done by this photo being posted of a 90% empty arena is a huge factor. Yes, it is. And down here, NDS, stop ignoring me. Ignoring you, Doki. Yeah, stop ignoring me, ignoring you. Saw this guy before in the effing concert, but still everything, nothing till now. Stop trying to monitor buying your Niji just because Dokibird sponsored with Height doesn't mean you're trying to help the talents. It's not the talent's fault, but Nijisanji entirely. Yes, it's Nijisanji's fault, 100%. Truly, one of the reasons DGN concert is losing is because of the ticket price. I mean, not a lot of the remaining EN fans are even that rich. Yeah, it would have to be the whales, really. Put them in a deep coma. Hope they will never wake up again. Stop trying to be a hero. Nijisanji fans, stop trying to raid the Anime Expo because of harassment. It's just rumors. Exactly, the rumors should not be a reason to stop going, and it should not be a reason to, like, have yourself go crazy for, you know, shit that's happening or supposedly happening. You know? That type of stuff. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh God, Flipsy. Flipsy's crazy. Don't mind. I thought you were shouting at first. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I wasn't shouting. Yeah, to clear things up, there wouldn't be any criticism right now. That's the big situation. Their attempted defense is worse than any criticism. I agree. They've made it worse by trying to put this on other fans. They made the situation much, much worse. More reprehensible, but an understandable decision when it comes to business. Yeah, it shows incompetence on their end. The tweet, again, the JP side is treating the tweet about the guy supposedly going to attack anybody from Nijisanji, which was done in March. They're using that as proof that people were going to be violent. Which, frankly, is very dumb. It doesn't make sense at all. No worries, Baru. No worries, Baru. I don't think Nijisanji will ever give up to fight. If Fox having a female model assets of him saying, if I can't get a girlfriend, I'll get a female version of myself. That is weird. That is weird. Does it make his female fans clutch for seeing a female model asset on stream? Probably. And there are many reasons why people wouldn't go to AX, not just a lack of interest in EGN. I'm shocked that Nijisanji expected almost 4,000 tickets to sell for 3 times. Yeah, I don't know. Not many Niji sisters rich when you realize the main problem is why the concert is canceled. They should have cleared the misunderstandings by making an apology video. No harm done. You apologize, everything cleared up. And mais parfait, yep. You don't know first thing about business? Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I mean, heck. In some ways, I don't know first thing. Like, I know some things about business, but not a lot. If Niji and Holo have the same price tickets, why Niji sold out? I wonder why. That's because people didn't want to go. Threat allegations, more people mentioning the threat allegations, using the dokibird and her fans as folk devils. Any color stock bulletin board, another one mentioning, you know, ticket were not sold out, so they canceled it. They can't even hold a live concert there. Overseas business is hopeless. People are really starting to have, you know, interesting ideas of what's going on there. Booth opposite dokibird, whose subscriber numbers have increased since she was fired. And it was announced yesterday that a panel discussion will be held at the same venue with Fuamoko, etc. So they're just losing on everything. I want amateurs to stop posting nonsense. They're posting this here. There's 2DA. Due to recent circumstances, it's become clear that no longer possible to provide optimal environment, which basically means they didn't sell anything. Feel sorry for the fans. Of course, I feel sorry for the fans too. It is a shame that there are people already there. It's not okay to cancel it easily. This talking about people who said they're already in Los Angeles. They're already at the around the Expo. They already bought their tickets. They bought their hotel stay. Now what are they going to do? Because they only bought an Anime Expo ticket because you have to buy an Anime Expo ticket in order to go to the concert. Moreover, I thought it would be this weekend because people were there. It's actually next weekend. Even if you tell management, they won't do anything. Yeah, they're showing, you know, mismanagement of the whole situation. It's sad, unexpectedly canceled. Yeah, people are getting very angry. To avoid being negative, maybe they buy back their own shares today, judging by the volume so far. Don't think they're buying properly. Concert's been canceled. Absolutely sure thing for sale. Commemorative photo shoot. Yes, if there was a threat of violence, you should write that down. Anime Expo booth will be open as scheduled, so if it's due to a threat of harm, then of course that wouldn't have stayed open. Neither the Expo or EN officials have said anything regarding any type of violence, so that also leads credence to it not being a violent thing. I don't know why you're so sure it's a hoax, but if you look into it yourself, I don't think you can read English, but yeah. I mean, there was that one, but there was just one. You know what I mean? It's not indicative of anything crazy. Excerpt from the Q&A section of the financial results briefing regarding areas that will contribute to the performance of the fiscal year. We have not factored in overseas growth in our plans. It does not mean we will not work on it, but we consider this growth to be an upside. I don't understand the point of using Twitter as a source. How credible is that tweet? You're making a fuss over your delusions. Yeah, people are both sides. People are on both sides. Like, they're just going crazy. The only thing said is be harmful is already deleted, but cancellation was decided. So yeah, people are saying it's not going to be that, of course. Let me read what you guys are saying. You know about nuts and being adorable. I try. You know, let's see. Nemon and I'm not just infested in putting in symbols because I want to end the nonsensical strats of Nijisanji making their fans go through all the hassles. Due to negligible, I don't agree to Kurosanji treating their fans and defenders rudely. I'm the same way. I try not to treat anyone in a rude way. I try to be in the middle, but that gets me attacked by both sides. It's just a way that it works. Again, they're going into their areas, and these are the ones of the other place that I mentioned, the ones from here that I mentioned and talked about. Things keep getting worse and worse for Nijisanji, at least that's what it seems like. With Summer Jam being the last nail in the coffin, according to these people. You have AX concert cancellation may be the best thing since the black screen, because it's funny seeing them try to spin it in a way that is positive, just like they try to do for the black screen stream. It's the first time since Digi can't use sisters to completely defend themselves, because sisters are the ones being negatively impacted now. Of the few who actually bought tickets, the people are angry that they're not going to be able to be there. They can no longer get refunded due to Niji's extremely late notice. You'd have to be crazy to defend them if if you're one of these Niji sisters. The double-edged sword, they're handling it very badly, because they had, Selen getting terminated. Things got heated between Dragoons and Niji sisters. Niji released the black stream. Things got heated again. Raziel spoke up. Niji sisters riled up and had to manage the misinformed, the uninformed. They went against her. They went aggressive again. It simmered down. They got a cease and desist. All that kind of stuff happened. Then you have Niji has had to do BS safety for livers for the sake of harassment threats. Accusations. The Niji sisters are throwing that around. It's just bad management all around. It seems like it, at least. And we are moving on to this moment. This is the moment that I wanted you guys to see. Me and I almost misunderstood too, so I think it must be because you put the symbol, not to blame, but you suggest. 2019, I paid for an AX ticket plus 150 concert ticket for the Love Live. Love Live performance was good. I went to see them on stage. If this concert can be streamed free on YouTube, how special was it? View a humanistic way possible too. Wasn't understand Salvi. Understand what you mean in a video. People spending thousands of dollars. There's no Jadan my soul, but Jadan my cope. Exactly. And truly, I truly 100% say I feel bad for the people who paid all that money to go to a concert that is no longer going to be going on. These 374 people for this concert, which is out of 3,900, so 9.4%. 312 for this concert. The females, they won. Crow Noir, also 435 out of 3,978, 10.9%. All these people, if they weren't local to Los Angeles, they paid for airfare, they paid for hotel, they paid possibly for a rental, they pay, or they're going to be paying for Uber, they're going to be paying for train tickets, they're going to be paying for metro tickets, they're going to be paying for all that stuff, and who knows what else they're going to be buying at the expo. So that's a lot of money to just go down the drain. Look at all that empty space. It's going to be ugly. If they turn on the company, which I don't think they will, unfortunately, should be turning on them now. They should, but they won't. I can guarantee you they won't. That's just the way it works with the company. Unfortunately, that is the way Nijisanji works. They won't turn on the company. Now, one thing I do want to cover that is not Nijisanji related is this. As of 2 hours ago, bringing you some positive news among other things, they're doing a D&D co-stream starting now. It's going to be a charity stream. Pals are lost at sea, charity stream, but I'm sure they'll be fine. They're doing VTuber SummerSlam, Shipwrecked, Do Not Peak Entertainment. They're all doing this right now. It's going on right now with Haruka, Iron Mouse, Kuro, and Zantreya. They're all very good streamers. All very good stuff. They're suffering, but it's for charity, so why why should anyone care? I bet they're going to get some wacky shenanigans. Of course, it's freaking Zentreya. It is Iron Mouse, Haruka, and Kuro. They're going to be getting... V-Shoujo in general gets into some crazy stuff. Commodore Melody, I'm already there watching. You know, basically, yeah, enjoy. There are a lot of people that are going to be having fun. You can watch the VOD later. You can watch whatever you want to watch. Just have fun. That's all I ask. Canceling the concert was a wrong move. It absolutely was, in my opinion. And I've already mentioned to you why. Because it is bad publicity. It gets some people who are maybe half fans at this point, fans enough to go and want to see this. It makes them feel like you don't care. It makes them feel like they just wasted a lot of money. And that's never good. That's never good for any type of fandom. Now, on the other hand, we have Hololive, who sold out in an hour. They sold out all of their tickets. The gold tickets were $150, and other ones, general seating, were like $40, etc. They sold all of them. Anime NYC, all sold out. All of it sold out. It happens. It's just a thing. It's just a way that it is. And you have here people making more memes in regard to this. Any kind of obsidian corporation, they're repugnant, jinx, thrifty, rapid breeders, and traditional. They're xenophobic. They're fanatic materialists. So yeah, they made all this kind of stuff. Also, Nijisanji Summer Jam, Wonder World for the EN side. It's all burning. Anime Expo just watching them because Anime Expo doesn't get any bad press from this. All bad press goes to Nijisanji. So yeah, they're getting as much bad press as they can handle right now, pretty much. And right here we have Kurosanji no longer prioritizing the EN branch. Aka Virtual and V-Sport trying to get in. Hololive is like, hold it. I have control here. But of course, Hololive doesn't care. Hololive is like, more competition, better for us. We're just going to show why we're at the top. You know, that type of thing in the EN sphere. They don't care. They're not going to be holding anyone back. And here they have sisters will blame anyone but the company itself. Are they the people who threaten and harass Nijisanji AX concert in this room with us right now? Basically, treating them like crazies. Another day, another L for Kurosanji. Nijisanji Summer Jam. Wonder World. It's all burning. It's the Helmo one, except this time it is with a skeleton, it looks like. So it's a Helmo skeleton. Pretty much. This one was deleted, so oof. Another Nijisanji Summer Jam and Core Noir concert meme. Nijisanji protecting their reputation online. Nijisanji protecting their fans at EX. When they're protecting their fans at EX, it says we ceased concerts and deserted the Peacock Theater. When they're protecting their reputation online, cease and desist, Raziel. So that's the big difference. Regarding the choice of graduation, it is a sunk cost fallacy, as they mentioned here. I'm giving you the short and skinny of it because there's a lot of stuff to cover, as you've seen. We've covered a ton of things. There's a lot to cover here. There's favoritism, internal chaos, public condemnation that you can feel as a liver from any color EN. And the sunk cost fallacy makes you feel like you have put in so much work and it's better staying there because you've already spent so much money. You're never going to be able to recover it if you go into being a independent. But people like, for example, Selen / Doki has shown she's made money. She made enough money that she paid way more than she ever had paid for any project ever, even as Selen. She paid more now for a single project as an independent because of the money that she's been receiving, the support that she's been receiving. So that's what this person's saying here. If they actually looked at it correctly, not only the good publicity, but the money will be rolling in if you become an independent by yourself and manage things by yourself. They all look so pretty. All right, Iron Mouse reached 2 million subs on Twitch. She definitely did. I am going to cover that as well because that is amazing for her. Cornoir, carry them. It's useless. I feel like Jadon might cope. It's definitely Jadon might cope. Needy Sisters should be turning on them now. Sakuro and can't see a good thing anymore. Needy Sisters should turn a new leaf. Imagine if they kept refunding, but won't happen if Needy Sisters return a table side yacht. Yeah, no, they're not going to. They're going to keep, supporting that company no matter what, unfortunately. Iron Master 2 million subs. Needy Cares fans when? Don't get me wrong, but we Needy Sisters, if they were going to turn over a new leaf, yeah, the past would never disappear. Over 300k US AO Doki, stop. Exactly. If only small concert halls wasn't negligible, this wouldn't happen in EGN concerts. Needy Sisters should know that their black company do not care about them. Exactly. This person was mentioning how Lazalite debut song is ironic right now. It's been abandoned. They're hoping, you know, that the people are doing well. 2 out of the 6 have left, you know, what they're saying here. They're 2 out of 6 graduating. For those talents to, I think, they are the best. It's depressing. They moved on to Hololive, which a lot of people do, which is fine. The Dragoon theme, as if you remember correctly, there was IA811 did the orchestra theme, like actually composed it, and orchestra did it for Doki's stream, the recent stream where she did her new costume. All that theme was done by them, and they put that if you get 20K right here for this specific tweet, they're gonna do it. They got 20K. They are a person of their word, and here it's all done in progress. The skin suit battle BGM was done by them too. Welcome to Dragoonland. They're actually composing it. It is in progress, as you can see here. They're working on all of the composition. I don't know jack squat. That looks like a different language to me because I don't know anything in regards to that. Merging EN to JP is a bad thing. Why? For why? For why? It is a bad thing because you are pretty much giving up at that point. You're saying nothing's going to happen with Niji EN. We give up on that. We're not going to do it anymore because we can't make any money off of it. That's what you're saying pretty much. And it shows that the office has fully given up. Other people have fully given up. That it is not going well for them. That they are not going to be supporting them. It's pretty much a death spiral. For if anyone knows about ants in a death spiral, they'll spin because they get stuck in like they throw chemicals to show which path to take. So they get in a death spiral, and unless you change something, they won't stop it until they all die from exhaustion. So the death spiral is going to happen with the EN talents. If they don't stop it, it's going to be bad times. The next thing that I'm going to show you guys, let me read. Let's see, these sisters should know that Black Company do not care. If only addressing your concern was rename an apology video from CEO Riku. I'm just hoping harder in my Cloud 90 dreams. I mean, I wish they would have done it better. Be honest with you, I wish they would have done everything better. I wish they would have just gone their separate ways with Selen, the way that she wanted it to get done. We wouldn't be in the Nijisanji definitely wouldn't be in the situation that they're in now. Absolutely wouldn't. Because people wouldn't be so angry at them, because the big anger has been due to the way that they mistreated Doki and other livers. They've shown that they're not good at treating their livers properly. And that is what people are getting angry at. That is what people are getting frustrated at. That is what people do not want for their livers, whoever they enjoy. Like I'm saying, like anybody they enjoy. No one wants that for any whether it be, you know, an IRL tuber with, like, you know, Asmongold, or it could be Charlie, you know, Penguin Zero. Any one of them, you don't want your favorite streamer to be suffering because of a company. And here is their merch that they're having. They're having keychains, I guess towels, face towels, other things like that for the Nijisanji JP and EN stuff for the NBA, for Rakuten, etc. They're having towels. Some of the towels look okay, but the shirts, they don't look that good. They look kind of like eh. And at least they're trying to do something with, like, the pouches and the muffler towels. They're trying to do something. It's not going to be enough, though. Unfortunately, not going to be enough. A reminder of getting yourself, like, for example, that I am opening myself to be put into this as a recommendation, a small VTuber award. Of course, here is the form for you guys if you want to. It's anyone below 10,000 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 followers, and also below 100 CCV. Either or. I'm below 10K. I usually have below 100 CCV usually, so I qualify for this. You can the ones that I think fit me best are best video tuber, best educational VTuber, and LootTuber maybe, and the gremlin one. I think there's one that's like a gremlin or a unique or whichever one. So, you know, you can put me there if you won't. And since I am small, I qualify for this. Just giving you guys that little recommendation. And someone here was saying, why is this person having over 21K or 93K subscribers? They're Japan. They're Japanese. And Loon Loon is a cute little non-human VTuber. That is rare in Nijisanji. Extremely rare in Nijisanji. I think they only have one other non-human VTuber that's like a mascot. They have one other one, I believe. And that's it. Number one, you're going to have that. It's very cute. Number two, it's JP. It's honeymoon period. Of course, you're going to have 21K subscribers, 21K viewers. That's normal for JP. Honeymoon period. We look at, what we would want to look at is a month from now. Because JP is different from EN. A month from now, it may still be that way. It may still stay that way. It may even grow from Loon Loon. We don't know. EN, unfortunately, has the negative side effect. Walker ain't even relevant today. Just wish some of the ES community stops ruining the notion Mika Neko is joining them. Exactly. You don't run with that notion. I don't want to spread that rumor, so that's why I stopped. I only made one video on it, which was, supposedly. But then when she said it wasn't, I just stopped. Other people keep putting that out there. That's not the case. But people want to keep putting it out there. Yes, I guess in some ways that I talk, I can be a YouTuber when I do my actual like gaming and just chatting streams. Like that part, I can become pretty lewd sometimes. Gremlin little demon, trying to catch up. All good. Side dick. All good. All good. Debbie. I think. Baru, no, but Lucy can make him lewd. I bookmarked it for after stream. Thank you, RPG. Appreciate that. Salvi's not a YouTuber, but just a pervert. Oh God, that's worse. I think it's worse being called a pervert in this case. Hololive and Nijisanji interact with their new debuts. Hololive, the difference is, goes and pretty much everybody interacts with them. And I do mean everybody from Hololive interacts with them. You have the previous generations, like in this case, Advent, doing back and forth. You have Kiara from Myth. You have people from Council / Promise. People, people from ID side. They're all interacting. They're all pumping it up. They're all bringing up expectations, like, oh, this is going to be great. But not Nijisanji. Nijisanji doesn't do that. Unfortunately for the talents, because the talents deserve stuff like that. But of course, Nijisanji is not going to do it. You know what I mean? That's unfortunate for them. That's what's going to keep happening. Unfortunately. But yeah, don't let him combo with Lucy. Jed on my soul, Jed on my cope. JP fan ranting. They're just fan ranting about everything else. I'm angry at Ian and JP. I want my Oshis out of it. Either any color needs to stick to gatekeeping JP or make an actual effort to fix the many mistakes on both sides. Absolutely agree. This is another thing that was mentioning in regards to Victoria, Claude, and Kunai. As you can see here, they're all talking to each other. They're no longer in protected mode. They're all doing things like that. So people are wondering why it's happening. It's just they can go on their PLs and do this, and that's one of their main things. Someone with a lot of experience in V-Reveries collapse when multiple people in the same agency post something on the same day on their PL Twitter, especially within such a short period of time. Alarm bells go off on the head, of course. No idea what's going on here, and quite frankly, I think it's too early to tell, but I think it's fun to speculate, of course. Saw it elsewhere, but Nijisanji En seems to be in a death spiral. Do believe the rat? Yeah. Do I believe the rat that they're being merged next week? No, not really. It's going to take about a year for that to happen. Now, we're going to go into the virtual YouTubers subreddit because we have a bit of news happening here. Not going to do the Sleepy Cali. Iron Mouse reached 2 million subs, and that's one of the ones that I wanted to get. This is Iron Mouse doing Elden Ring, of course. She has reached 2 million followers on Twitch, which is amazing. 2,053,000 followers on Twitch. That's absolutely amazing. It's great. Good for Iron Mouse. She deserves it. She absolutely does. There's just a short little snippet of something for Iron Mouse because, as you know, she has the immunodeficiency thing. She has been doing a lot of streams for that. She did a subathon, an uncapped subathon. She has been doing songs and other things. She is one of the OGs in Twitch for VTubing. One of the mamas in this whole thing. One of the big moms in this whole thing. And she's always been very sweet to everybody. I haven't had any personal interactions with her, but she seems to have been sweet with a lot of people. So I'm taking based on what I'm seeing. And again, sending Iron Mask congratulations. I know she's never going to see it, but I give her the congratulations on my end. Now we have other people here. Jelly claims that she's a girl. Let's just see what she says.
I'm a girl. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. I'm really girly, okay? I wear perfume when I go out.
Ooh, girly.
I
What do girls like? I think Jerry. Think. Yeah, she's a girl. Oh God, girly pop. Omniscient reader. Let's see here. I need to catch up on that. Too good for Salvi to handle. He's scolded if you were in VC again. Risu and Salvi need to collab. Oh man, that would be, oh my goodness. If I collabed with Risu, there would have to be rules in place for me. Not for Risu, but for me. Although, the whole situation, I don't think it's going to be ever going to happen. Number one, I'm too tiny for that. Number two, Risu would probably have to do that on her alt. Because I'm not part of an agency. I'm a girl. I burp when I say that IRL. I mean, I thought raising their hand excitedly ensured their wishes would be granted, of course. I'm a guy. I wear a skirt like a certain YouTuber. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are great. Welcome, Nekomiko. Welcome. Nekomiko chatting. Welcome. Now what we're going to be doing is what we always do around this time. What the dog doing? Right now, what's the dog doing? It's looking at low effort clips. Let's take a look and relook at low effort clips. Oh God. Himebi. Oh God. Lumi fights an easy boss. See something else? Biggest danger, VTuber, other VTubers. Let's take a look at this. Pippa's tips for VTubers. That's always fun.
Oh my God.
Kaskaru!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Kaskaru!
I really think I don't mind chugging a cold cup of black coffee. God, I remember hanging out. I hung out at Offkai. I went to late night Denny's.
Ooh,
and
late night
everyone's
Denny's.
chilling at the table. I didn't realize that we weren't actually going to order food at Denny's, and that Denny's was just like a set piece for an IRL
Really?
Zatsudan. And so I'm sitting there like, oh, I'll take a cup of coffee. I'm thinking that like we're gonna like get more food and stuff. Like we're gonna like actually order food. So I'm sitting there like hanging out, sipping my cup of coffee.
Have you known about Waters Malding with
with
Gerard greeting Gura a happy birthday? Yes, I saw that. That is a shake my head moment. That is definitely a shake my head moment.
They didn't give me any creamer, and I wasn't gonna speak up. I'm not gonna fucking speak up, all right? I'm sitting there with my cup of black coffee that they didn't give me any creamer for, and I'm like,
God.
and then the waitress comes by and she's like, what can I get for you all? Okay, and somebody speaks up and she says, oh, I think we'll get the mozzarella sticks and some other stuff. Whatever. It was like a couple of appetizers. And she was like, and that'll be all. And I'm like, say something? Like what? Oh, actually, I'm the only one at this table of like 10 fucking people that wants food. You want me to be like, yeah, actually, everybody else is just gonna stack on the fucking appetizers. Can I get like a fucking waffle? I think, thank you. Sounds like an IRL skill difference to me. Listen, I love going to things and soaking in the ambiance and hanging out, all right? But listen, if you expect me to like intrude in any manner, no. I do not speak unless spoken to, unless somebody brings up something like really interesting or the room is really, really quiet. Too introverted. I was intruding. It's a food place. Because like to be the only one eating, I pulled out a fucking emergency jerky stick. You're such a goober. Shut up! I pulled out an emergency jerky stick that I prepared for occasions just like that. And I sat there munching on my jerky stick and sipping my black coffee at Denny's at like fucking midnight. It was just so... I felt so awkward. And then, so I'm missing teeth, right? But I don't like people seeing the fact that I'm missing teeth because I end up feeling like a hillbilly. So what I do is when I'm around other people, and like you're not supposed to eat with like these teeth in, right? They're like, it's like a little plastic thing with some teeth to like make my smile not look like a fucking redneck Hallmark greeting card. I like to keep the little plastic thing in even though I'm not supposed to eat with it.
Salvi
like,
blue waffles, no.
Right? I'm like a group of them prepared dinner, right? And
Waffle
somebody
House
made
fights
like
are crazy.
salad
Yes,
or
they are.
something. And like there was quite a bit of stuff. There was like corn and everything. And I said I wanted a piece of corn when they were asking if anybody wanted corn. And then I remembered after that I couldn't eat it with the teeth in. So I just didn't end up eating a piece of corn. I'm like taking like small pieces of things that like don't require really any chewing. But then the salad looks good. So I get some salad, right? And I'm like sitting there cutting up my salad into really tiny pieces so it's easier to fucking chew. I'm sitting there like a fucking idiot cutting up pieces of salad. And I forget who it was, but somebody looks at me and is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." As I'm cutting up salad with a butter knife. I don't even know what this fucking vegetable was, all right? But I've got like my hand on top of the butter knife and I'm like pressing down on it, trying to split up this like fucking vegetable into pieces that I can try to lightly chew and then swallow without damaging my fake fucking teeth. Ah! So yeah, you know your coworkers can watch these streams too, right? Yeah, I just assume they won't. That's why jerky sticks are nice too, because if you get like the soft jerky sticks, you can eat those with your partial in. I think I told the JPs when I was in Japan. I think I told them that I lost my teeth in a fight. I knew I was gonna have to take out my teeth to start eating anyways, right? So I preemptively took them out before we even got our food, and I like smiled really big and I pointed and I was like, I looked at Nasa and I was like, I lost them in a fight. I lost my teeth in a fist fight, and I like held up my fists and I like did like some little like light punches, you know? I don't think she believed me. Wait, like I am Yakuza. I think I said that. I think I said like Yakuza. You don't think Yumayoshi has Gap Moe? The gap is for missing teeth! What the fuck?
Gap Moa, she has gap in her teeth. I mean, oh my god, that sounds wrong. I'm sorry, it sounds very wrong.
Alright. How I say this without sounding odd? Alright, I don't know how to put this. Would you like to respectfully look at my body?
Yeah!
I'll even show you my sword.
Dress.
It's pretty great, but I'm sword. Alright. Okay. Alright. I mean,
The Sonic waffle at IHOP, maybe.
wow.
She's giving mother.
I like
giving
her
mommy.
song.
There we go.
It's kind of
Here's my
I do
board.
too.
like a wedding dress, but for battle. I
Nice
feel
coat.
you know the hole in her
Can
sock
also,
there in the
take
front?
it off.
That's where the lips go.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah. The Waffle House employee will use
It's
the
so powerful.
McDonald's employees
Breaks off her clothing! Oh my
There we
god,
go. Can take
wow!
off
as a
my-
weapon. Yes.
My jacket,
Valid.
because I was too hot. Right, let me put that on.
Oh,
And
now
I'll
you
show
get
you my
that
sword.
coin!
My sword has a name, actually.
Flames are her
The name of my sword is
Does it?
Tinehering of Yacht.
that mean she's only wearing flames?
I
I
call
think
I call him Thorn for
Fire!
short because you know every rose has its thorn.
I don't want
The close up of my face.
Beautiful.
face.
Whoop.
Wow. I like her hair accessories.
Here's my expressions. Angry. Oh ho ho. Sad. Oh ho 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 ho. Happy. Oh ho ho ho
A
ho.
lot of ohos.
Teehee.
Cute. Cute, One-sama.
Hime B!
meadows feeling light and free.
Hime B!
Flowers just like a honeybee with a little bit of sunshine and a whole lot of glee. I'm the queen of the hive. They call me Hime B.
That is cute.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
See, Brandon's like you, any tips on how to survive other rabid VTubers? I just schizoed out on Chio Chompy the other day. I was talking to Chio, we were playing Minecraft, and she asked me for like VTuber advice, and I was like, don't trust anyone, Chio. I was like going like full schizo on her. I was like, don't trust anyone, keep them all.
Oh my god. That is very true. Y'all know what happened to me when I trusted somebody. Holy crap. They tried to cancel me. They got me half canceled too. A lot of people blocked me because of her. Oh my god. Trusting somebody, not a good idea.
At arm's length, because even like the people that are like the most friendly are the people that will be the most dangerous, Chio. You have to protect yourself. Keep it.
Oh my god, it's very true. It's very true. It happened to me. I can tell you 100%. It is very true what she's saying. People you would least expect the people who you would think would be the best and friendliest of all end up not being that way in the end. They won't fix any issues that they have with you. They will not go and actually try to repair anything. They'll be assholes. Oh my god. Yeah,
Everybody
it was at Off-Kai.
Arm's length. Don't hate them, but don't trust them. Assume
True.
everything
I'll be
you
right back.
say will be leaked on 4chan, Chio. Blackmailing her early. Well, it's like, I think funny enough, like, one of the biggest dangers as a VTuber is other VTubers, right? Because, like, I'm gonna say most people are good, you know? Most people are good. But the problem is there'll be, like, one shitty person and they can, like, infect an entire group. Like, what'll happen is one person will have, like, maybe, like, either, like, a genuinely bad experience with somebody or just, like, a schizo moment, you know? Like, some people, because, like, there's money and clout involved in the VTuber sphere, right? So people act a fool.
That's what happened to me. I was starting to grow. They didn't like that I was growing to the same size that they were. They didn't like that I was getting the same type of views that they were. So they made a Google Doc and tried to get me canceled. Pretty much what happened.
Sometimes, you know? And all it takes is, like, that one person to, like spread, like, a seed of poison, you know? They plant seeds of poison, and it, like, turns a bunch of people who don't really, like, care about the situation to their first thought when they, like, see you or whatever, being like, oh, that's the person that didn't collab with so-and-so because they were...
That is what happened with me. I went from just a random VTuber to, oh, he's that guy with the Google Doc against him. He's that guy with those accusations against him. He's that guy who that cat girl talked about. I didn't really care about him. I don't really know about him, but now I don't want to have to deal with him because he's that guy now. That's exactly what happened to me. Exactly what happened to me. A single Google document ruined my growth. I was going to be bigger than that person, but that Google document was a competitor making sure that I would never grow. So I absolutely believe in what Pippa says.
Popular enough because this person is actually like a numbers fiend, and if you don't have like certain numbers, you're not allowed to collab with them. I hate them too because they didn't collab with my friend or whatever the fuck, you know? Are a lot of people like that? I would say not maliciously, right? I think it's just kind of like, I think it's just like normal, right? Where it's like one person is a weirdo or misinterprets something or whatever, and other people don't really know what happened and don't really care, so they're just gonna, like, you know, they're gonna side with their friend, obviously, you know? It's not like a malicious thing. It's not like other people are, like, out to get you or whatever. It's just like, there can be like a lot of weird scenarios you just have to, like, look out for and be careful of when you're a VTuber that I did not realize, like, when I first started, and I don't even think realized until probably, like, more recently, like within, like, the past year or so. Is that even Daft Punk? Yeah. There can be a chain reaction of misunderstandings.
Yeah, one of the members that's Google Doc, yep.
And I was on the other end of that as well, of, like, I remember, like, with one of my coworkers, right? There were some people that were, like, being
she is
kinda
that who shall not be named,
her,
yes.
right? And so my gut reaction was, all right, these other people, like, have been nice to me and stuff, but if they're dunking on my coworker, like, obviously I'm gonna prioritize my coworker, assuming my coworker's not a huge piece of shit, which they're not. So BGM's a little loud. So I just like dropped all contact and blocked some of the people, unfollowed some of the people that were being weird to my coworker, right? And it's like, I guess that one's like a bit, it's like they weren't like going, like, some of them were like going at her, right? Some of them were going at her, but some of them, it was just like, they're not malicious about it. They're just like expressing understanding or whatever to somebody that was saying mean things about my coworker, and that was enough for me to be like, I don't want to be associated with you.
Yes, that person is like Voldemort in this community. Yes.
Oh my god! Top 5 mistakes for new VTubers, in my opinion, are number one, giving attention to hate comments. I still get one guide, I still respond to bait, but it's very brain damaged. A lot of new VTubers starting out will get like one hate comment and they catastrophize it. They're like, this guy said he didn't like my model, so I am going to be getting a new model. I'm so sad because I really like this model. And it's like, literally one guy. You have 5 comments on your tweet. You have 5 comments on your debut tweet, and you're like, this one dude said he didn't like your model, so you're gonna get a new one? Weirdo.
Get some help.
Number 2, face camming. I don't think you should face cam. If you're a new VTuber and you see a hashtag trend that says VTuber versus IRL, you should not partake in it. Because it's like, you literally doxed yourself. What are you doing? Brain damaged. Brain damaged. Do not show your face as a VTuber. That's my icky gatekeeper take. I don't think VTubers should show their face. Number 3, spending a bunch of money on a model. You are brain damaged. You are spending a bunch of money on something that you have no idea if it's gonna pan out or not, if you're gonna enjoy it. You have no idea if it's gonna be financially viable. You have no idea if you're going to enjoy it for the long term, right? Like, are you going to be able to make back the money that you spent, even just in time alone? Hello?
True.
Start as a PNG.
Hello?
I don't think you should start as a PNG. I think you should start by either making your own model, which ultimately I think is a test of passion. If you don't have the passion to even make your own model, to figure that out, then do you have the passion
Like,
to
I made
attempt
my
to
own
be
model,
a
that's why I still
content
use it.
creator? Consider how much you actually care about what you're doing. Do you care about being a content creator, or do you care about putting on makeup, so to speak? Are you doing this because you want to make content, or are you doing this because you want to have your $10,000 VTuber model where you can pretend to be an anime girl on the weekends when you have nothing better to do, and then regret spending $10,000 on a professional design illustrated by a Hololive artist and then rigged by Iron Vortex? You know, like, consider these things. I'm gonna think you're a fucking idiot if you don't like driving, but you buy a goddamn Ferrari, right? Try something out first, you know? Like, don't go top of the line with it. Number 4. I think the number 4 mistake that a lot of VTubers make is they just copy what other VTubers are doing and complain that they're not growing. And it's like, yeah, because you're literally copying a bunch of other people who have no idea what they're doing, because they don't understand growth, they don't understand marketing, they don't understand literally anything. And you're just like, I covered King, why don't I have 100,000 views? Because you're talented, maybe, but you have no idea how to actually grow on the platform. This is an entirely different skill. You can't grow by just doing what everybody else is doing unless you are like completely phenomenal at it. Number 5 mistake that new VTubers make: Discord servers. I think the number 5 mistake that new VTubers make is they open up a Discord and they get too close to their fans.
Too early.
It's great
If you open it up
to
too
spend
early, that's a
time
mistake.
with your community. I think Discord communities are how you get groomed. I think it's too easy to say things that you'll regret because you're so immersed in like chatting with this like perceived group of friends, but they're not your friends, they're your fans, and you can be friendly with your fans and you can treat your fans like they're your friends, but you can't treat them like they're close friends, right? Like, because ultimately they're fans. They want to be close to you, they want to support you, and it's because they like the content that you're making. You know, they like what you portray on stream. They don't know as you are entirely off of stream, right? They don't have the context of you as a human being. They only have the context of you as a VTuber.
Yeah, Catherine, you're right. They made them do that.
Like, you can do friendly things with them, like play games together, and you can occasionally chat off stream and stuff. But you gotta remember, they're perceiving you through the context or through the lens of you are a VTuber. You are an entertainer. And new VTubers will get close to their fans, and they're like, well, here's all of my the real personal problems, or let me overshare. And like, I overshare on stream and shit as well, but like people will overshare things that they wouldn't say on stream, right? Not realizing that saying these things in the Discord is the equivalent of saying it on stream, you know? And also not realizing that there is a danger with getting so close to people that do not see you as, like, collectively, the group does not see you as a person, right? They see you as their entertainer. If you are willing to engage as an entertainer with your community, then I think that's fine, right? And there are moments where you can be mask off, but I think as a new VTuber, you don't know where those lines are, and you should not. You
can't pick your friends' nose. No, you shouldn't.
Discord servers. You should not make community Discord servers where you're going to be talking a bunch. You should be careful. Be careful, okay? Most fans are great. Most fans are not weirdos, but there are people that will slip through the cracks.
Especially as a woman, yes.
Bad because these people like support you, right? So you don't want to push them away. You don't want to say like, hey, like, you're going too far, or I don't feel comfortable, or whatever, right? Because like ultimately you're grateful to them because they're your fans. But you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. So yeah, that's my top 5 mistakes that new VTubers make.
That's very good.
Okay, I was talking to some.
Oh wait, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do fat electrician. Let's take a look at what videos we can watch. Old age and treachery?
A lot of you probably already know the name Desmond Doss, and even more of you would remember it if I reminded you that he was the conscientious objector in World War II that refused to carry a weapon into combat. Despite that, he saved 75 men at Hacksaw Ridge as a medic. But what almost none of you have heard of is the experimental unit that he was a part of.
I didn't hear about that. I'm going to put closed captions because that's the best way to do it. Vox busy making Vox Tengas? Oh god. Mixing this multi-billion-dollar company, they can't even support their talents. Riku will make them. Yes, Riku will make them. We're gonna watch 1.5K, 1.5X, and around an hour and 30 minutes, we're gonna stop it, and then we're gonna finish it up another day. You know what I mean?
Division, aka the old bastards. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you realize it or not, we've all been exposed to the concept that you should never underestimate the old guy because sometimes he just might be a complete badass. We see it everywhere. There's memes and commonly held sayings all over the internet like youth and exuberance is no match for old age and treachery, or beware an old man in a profession where young men die. And if that wasn't enough, in pop culture and TV, there are characters in pretty much every show and every movie that are the embodiment of this sentiment, and they are more often than not the fan favorite that everybody loves. On Nickelodeon, a kids channel, you see characters like Uncle Iroh and King Boomy. In anime, you see characters like Master Roshi. In more adult shows, you've got characters like Mike from Breaking Bad, Lloyd from Yellowstone, and Sir Barristan from Game of Thrones. Characters like this are everywhere in pop culture, and they are catered to every age group because it is never too early to learn the simple concept of be careful because that old man just might whoop your fucking ass. And I bring all this up because it raises one simple question. If old men really are such badasses and experience is truly such a valuable asset, what would happen if you made an entire army out of old guys? Well, we don't have to wonder because in World War II, America did just that, and the results speak for themselves, and we're going to get into it right after a word from our sponsor. Okay,
here we go
I've been
again.
making pro-American history videos on the internet for about 2 years now, and without fail, every single time I make a video about America and World War II, I get
heavily
this exact
hit
keyboard
Banana
warrior
that
in
I
the
know
comment
of.
section.
Oh, okay.
America didn't win World War II. They showed up late and tried to take credit for it. Okay, look, on one hand, I want to give this a serious answer.
Fanana has parasocial Discord issues? Ah, okay.
There's no American that's saying America won World War II all by themselves. Nobody is saying that. It was a huge team effort by the big three, America, the UK, and the USSR, as well as a bunch of other countries that were occupied or close to being occupied. They all made humongous sacrifices to win World War II. It was a massive team effort. So when an American says America won World War II, they're simply saying the Allied forces won, America is part of the Allied forces, therefore America won. It is a factually correct statement, just like it would also be a factually correct statement to say that the USSR and the UK also won World War II. On the other hand, if we're talking shit, I can do that too, because guess what? When it comes to World Wars, America's the MVP. I hate to break it to you, but let's just face facts here. If World War III breaks out tomorrow and we're picking teams by lining all the countries up on the wall like it's dodgeball in gym class, guess who's getting picked first? America. If you disagree with that, it's because you're being disingenuous or you're fucking dumb. And the whole America showed up late to World War II thing, look, number 1 seed in the tournament gets a bye. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Furthermore, it's not like World War II was on the verge of ending and America popped in at the last second so they could be on the winning team, okay? World War II ended because America came off the fucking top rope with aircraft carriers, Sherman tanks, and atomic bombs. Sorry, I'm getting horribly sidetracked. I apologize. The point I'm trying to get to is that there's a lot of people on the internet that like to say America showed up late to World War II, but the fact of the matter is it's not like America had a choice. That was literally the only option.
Well, of course the Marines are going to win.
When World War II kicked off, America didn't really have a military to go fight with. Okay, let me break this down for you. 16 million Americans served in the military in World War II, and at its peak, the U.S. military had 12 million people actively serving in it. In 1939...
See, that's not good. That's not good to become too parasocial. That's yeah.
World War II started, America's military had 200,000 people in the Army and 100,000 people in the Navy. To put that into perspective, America had the 19th largest military on the planet, and 18th was Portugal, which is approximately the size of Indiana, which is one of America's 50 states. And if that wasn't bad enough, not only was the American military small, it also just wasn't very good at this point in time either. They were so underfunded that the American military only had 329 light tanks that were outdated and 1,800 aircraft that were also also outdated. And if that wasn't bad enough, not only did they not have good equipment, and there wasn't very many of them, they didn't really know how to fight either because America hadn't revisited its battle doctrine since World War I, meaning the only fight that America knew how to participate in was trench warfare, which was not what World War II was. So if America wants to have a meaningful impact in World War II, they're going to have to rebuild an entire military from the ground up, both physically and conceptually. So the American government and the American military got to work on this right away in 1939 because they knew America was going to have to participate in this war, whether the public wanted to or not. And hint, the American public wanted absolutely nothing to do with World War II from 1939 through 1941. At this point in time, the American public very much viewed World War II as a European conflict that America had no business getting involved with, and they wanted nothing to do with it. Despite that, the United States government started to institute a draft in October of 1940, forcing young men into the military to grow its military size, just in case. Fast forward about a year, December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. Japan attacks Pearl Harbor, committing the cardinal sin of fucking with America's boats, essentially flipping the American public sentiment of we don't want to be involved to cowabunga it is. In less than 24 hours...
It was Fanana's fans, Baru. They're talking about Fanana's fans. So that's already chased most of their true fans away. Only toxic people left. Yes.
On December 8th, 1941, the American government, Congress, has officially declared war on Japan. 3 days after that, December 11th, Hitler declares war on America, at which point all of America is pretty much like, I mean, you didn't touch the boats, but fuck it, you can get some too.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
In the days and weeks and months following the attack on Pearl Harbor, not only have hundreds of thousands of young men volunteered to join the United States military, but the draft would ramp up as well. The army was growing so much so fast that they were activating and standing up new divisions left and right, one after another. And by March of 1942, these new divisions that were being stood up were almost entirely comprised of draftees. They had some officers and some NCOs that were assigned to stand up the entire division, but aside from that, all of the new guys that were coming in were all untrained new recruits that were drafted. And one of these first all-drafty divisions was the 77th Infantry Division. Now, I need you to understand how absolutely crazy this situation is. Standing up a new division is a humongous undertaking, okay? A military unit of that size, that's like 15,000 men. That is a living, breathing entity, okay? There's history, there's standard operating procedures, there's leadership, there's a way of doing things, and that way has probably been written in blood for years by the men that came before you, and you're just popping one up overnight. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Okay, let me explain this in a hypothetical so hopefully you can understand a little bit better, okay? Imagine that you showed up to work tomorrow. Let's say that you worked on an assembly line for Ford and you're building F-150s, and you showed up to work and they gave you and a couple of your buddies that you work with keys, and they're like, hey, drive across town, there's a big ass empty building. I need you to go ahead and start another manufacturing plant. There's no machines. Figure out the machines you need, figure out what order they need to go in, figure out the new fucking car that you're gonna build, and figure out all of this shit, how you're gonna pay everybody, taxes, everything. Figure all of it out. By the way, the new workforce is coming in next week. None of them are fucking trained. You have to go ahead and train them on all the shit that you haven't even figured out yourself yet. Good luck. And if that wasn't hard enough, the 77th Infantry Division was a guinea pig division. It was literally an experiment. You see, the high-ranking military and the government were concerned, and they didn't know what it was gonna take to win World War II, and they didn't know if they had enough young men, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. What if all of those young men got taken out and we needed to rely on the older generation of men to go fight this war? They needed to know what these older men in their 30s and 40s and 50s would be capable of physically doing on the battlefield, and they needed to get that data now so they had it in the future should they need it. So when they comprised the 77th Infantry Division, they basically gave them all of the old guys. Okay, the average age of a draftee in 1942 was 23 years old. The average age of somebody in the 77th ID was 33 years old. And bear in mind, that's the average. The oldest new recruit I could find in the 77th Infantry Division was 53 years old, and he was a World War I veteran. And some of you are probably like, yeah, 53 is pretty old, but 33 isn't that old at all. Why are you making a big deal about this? Okay, look, as far as joining the military at the age of 33, that's ancient. That's almost unheard of. I mean, think about it. You can join the military at 17 years old, be done, and have 20 years in service with a full pension at 37, 38 years old, and these guys are joining at 33. I mean, when I went through basic and AIT, the oldest guy we had was my buddy Flores. He was 28 years old, and everybody called him Gray Bush the Wise. So the point I'm trying to get across to you is like, yeah, it's really weird to join the military that late in life, but also, it's a good kind of weird because every person that's been in the military ever, if you came up to them and asked them, hey, if you had to go off to war, and you could either go with a platoon of 18-year-old kids or a platoon of 30-year-old men, everybody's picking the 30-year-old men 100% of the time. Because you gotta realize, when these 18, 19, 20-year-old new recruits are coming in for training, half the battle is having the army, the drill instructors, come in and teach these kids all the life lessons that mommy and daddy never got around to. Y'all are good, Baru. They don't have to do that with a bunch of 30-year-old men. These guys have been out in the real world for 15 years getting their asses whooped by life and eating shit sandwiches. They're already with the program. So the 77th ID shows up at Fort Jackson, South Carolina for basic training. That's 16 weeks and then another 12 weeks for their advanced training, which for most of them is just going to be infantry. And they absolutely crush it. They show up and there's very little like disciplinary or life lessons being handed out by the drill sergeants because, well, they're older than most of the drill sergeants. It's literally a bunch of middle-aged men showing up being like, okay, I'm here, show me what I got to do to not die. And then whenever somebody was being an asshole, they would police themselves. Like one of the new recruits was being a dick, all the other new recruits would handle that issue internally before it even got to the drill sergeants because they wanted everybody squared away. So fast forward 2 months, they are on week 8 out of the 16 for basic training, and they are head and shoulders above all the other new training divisions. They are the best division they have. They are so good that when Winston Churchill came over from England halfway through their basic training, they were the unit that was selected to do a parade for Winston Churchill to show off how badass the American army was going to be. And here's what Winston Churchill had to say about it. Quote, "The faces of the men gave me the greatest and everlasting memory of the day. I have never been more impressed than I was with the bearing of the men whom I saw. The undemonstrative, therefore grim determination of the newly drafted bodies bodes ill for our enemies." So this experimental guinea pig unit of old guys is absolutely crushing it. They go on, they finish basic training. I don't have the exact stats, but it is documented that a disproportionately high amount of all of the 77th 77th Infantry, qualified as expert with the M1 Grand right out of basic training. From there, they go and do their 12 weeks of advanced training, and they do a great job at that too. At this point, upper military is kind of looking at these guys like, okay, well, this is actually kind of working. Let's see what these old guys can really do. So they send them down to Louisiana for 8 weeks, and they're going to do a war game, the 77th ID, going up against another new division that just got stood up, full of 23-year-olds. Literally, the old guys versus the new guys, youth and exuberance versus old age and treachery. We're going to have a legit war game and see who outperforms the other. And when I tell you the 77th ID whooped that other division's fucking ass, it is a complete understatement.
Oh my god, I almost died. I almost died. That was so scary.
Okay, now at this point, it's winter in Louisiana. It's going to be cold at night, especially considering they're not allowed to have tents and they're not allowed to have fires. They're just out there sleeping on the ground for 2 months doing this war game, going force against force. So naturally, the 77th ID wants to play the mental warfare game and ruin it right out of the gate for these young kids. So bearing in mind that it's winter and everybody's going to be cold at night, the 77th launches a bunch of very aggressive ambush attacks, basically pinning the other force between them and a river, and they just keep advancing closer and closer until the other division is forced to cross the river on foot, getting all of their shit completely soaked. Okay, and some of you are probably like, oh, they got a little bit wet. Who cares? Trust me, if you were living outside for 2 months and every possession that you owned to your name was on your back in a backpack and you weren't allowed to have a tent or fire to dry your clothes and all your shit just got soaked, you would care. Okay, there's nothing worse than walking around for 16 hours holding a gun with a heavy backpack on, and the only comfort you get at the end of the day is some dehydrated food and the opportunity to change out your wet socks for more wet socks. Okay, whether you believe me or not, I just need you to trust me, it's going to take a mental toll on some 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, believe me. And from there, it only gets like 1,000 times worse. I keep reiterating this, but you gotta remember, these are middle-aged men, okay? These are dudes that are working construction jobs in the 1940s before OSHA was around, walking around on I-beams with no harnesses, eating lunch, and nobody gives a shit. You got dudes that were working in offices before they had an HR department, okay? These guys are bringing so much workplace pranks and tomfoolery to the table. These 20-year-olds aren't gonna know what hit them. So one of the big things the 77th does is they start pretending to be in this other division at night. Like, they'll roll up at night, there's like one guy left awake, you know, pulling guard duty, whatever. They'll roll up to him and be like, hey, Commander so-and-so, whatever the fuck, said I need to take this Jeep and go take it over to HQ, blah, blah, blah. And he's, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever, man. He like nods back off asleep while he's supposed to be on guard. 77th ID guy just steals their Jeep. I mean, strategically transfers it to a different location. Like, they're stealing all their vehicles, they're stealing all their equipment. And then, you know, usually when you're doing military stuff, you want to sever enemies' communications so they can't communicate at all. Not the 77th ID. No, we've got fucking Jimmy who worked for the phone company for 10 years. We're gonna find the enemy communication lines, we're gonna tap into them, and then we're just gonna start feeding them bad intel to make complete fucking chaos behind enemy lines. And then all the boys are gonna gather around the radio at night, and we're all gonna listen to the higher ups in their chain of command complain about how poorly they're performing. At the conclusion of this war game, the 77th ID has just completely outclassed this other division full of young men, and it really starts raising some eyebrows because now people really want to know what these old guys are physically capable of doing.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is where it goes from being kind of fun to not fun at all for the 77th ID, because the real experiments are about to begin. They send the entire 77th to a place called Camp Hyder. It's about 100 miles outside of Phoenix, Arizona, in the middle of the desert. So they show up to Camp Hyder. It's literally just the desert with a couple of tents. Not even enough tents for the entire division. They have to go and dig their own wells to find their own water. And then, because they didn't have enough tents, they're out there literally building mud huts to live in. So after they get done literally building an army base from scratch, the army comes along and they're like, hey, we want to know how far a normal dude can march in the desert in 100-degree heat if we only give him 1 quart of water. So here's what you guys are going to do. We're going to force you to march, and you're just going to keep marching until a certain number of you pass out. That way, we'll have a really good idea of how far a single dude can go on 1 quart of water. So this is already borderline cruel and unusual punishment, but it doesn't stop there, because after they figure out how far a guy can go on a single quart of water, they decide that they're going to start having 6-day exercises where they have the second lieutenant, the lowest ranking officer that presumably knows the least, guide a platoon of men through the desert for 6 days straight. And if they want to be able to get their next day's supply of water and food, they have to be in the right place at the right time at the end of the day. Otherwise, they just don't get the food and water.
What the hell?
Okay, they're literally doing some Hunger Games shit with their own troops. And for those of you that don't know, it's literally a running joke in the military that lieutenants suck at land navigation and always get lost. There's literally men that die from exposure and dehydration during this period at Camp Hyder from the 77th Infantry Division. And this goes on for 6 months that the 77th is out in the middle of the desert having experiments run on them. And after that 6-month period came to an end and they got orders saying they were going to move on to some other type of training, they decided that in true military fashion, they were going to put this behind them by utilizing a dark sense of humor. The joke was that their time in the desert was just as shitty as actually going to war, so they came up with their own medal, the Hyder Campaign Medal, to commemorate their time in the desert, that they would all wear on their uniforms as a joke. The ribbon of the medal was made out of a piece of sandpaper, and the medal itself was a broken thermometer. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, the War Department decided that they were not going to officially recognize the Hyder Campaign Medal. Regardless, the entire unit is now being shipped back over to Pennsylvania, where they are going to have 1 month of advanced rifle marksmanship training, despite the fact that most of them already qualified as expert. So they go, they do that, they get even better at shooting than they already were, and then after that, the Army comes out and they're like, hey, I've got this new sub-zero temperature sleeping bag that I want to have tested, so we're going to take you guys, our guinea pig division, we're going to send you over to West Virginia, have you go up in the mountains with this new sleeping bag, no tents, no fires, I just want you to live there for a month, hang out, freezing your ass off, and just sleep in these sleeping bags.
35 minutes, someone had to put a link on Reddit.
We'll know they work. Okay, good. See you in a month.
Stockholder meeting? Yeah, it's probably going to be a big thing that's going to be mentioned tomorrow.
So they go, they do that, they freeze their balls off for a month, they climb back down from the mountain, and the Army's like, hey, guess what? It's early 1944, we've decided that we don't need you guys for D-Day, you're not going to be going over to the European theater, we're actually going to send you over to the Pacific to help out the Marine Corps. So next step of your training, you're going to head over to Virginia, and you guys are going to train for a month doing amphibious landings in winter in the Atlantic Ocean. But good news, you're already cold, so have fun. So they go, they do that, they crush it, just like everything else they do. Now they're headed off to Hawaii, where they're going to go through jungle warfare training for 6 weeks. Now this is probably the most important training that the 77th is going to get, considering that they're going into war in the Pacific Theater up against the Japanese in a jungle environment, and the Japanese are presumably already masters of their own environment. And pretty much everybody in the 77th is hyper aware of this, and it makes them take this chunk of training that much more serious. And one of the things that they notice is when they show up to jungle warfare school, there's the archway that they walk through. It says jungle warfare school, and it's got the tagline below it in quotes. It says, if they don't stink, stick them, which is obviously referring to what you're supposed to do with your bayonet if you come across an enemy's corpse that isn't decomposing, because at this point in time, it was highly likely that that person wasn't actually dead, and they were pretending to be dead or hurt so that they could ambush you. And I believe that's one of the big lessons that the 77th took to heart from this period of training for reasons that we're going to find out in a little bit. So they finish jungle warfare school, and that's it. They're going off to war in the Pacific Theater after over 2 years of training in multiple different climates, in multiple different terrains, all over the United States, spanning over the course of 2 years. This unit that is now on average 35 years old is headed to war. So July 1944, they show up, and they're going to be helping the Marine Corps with the Mariana Islands campaign. This is a Marine Corps operation. They are running the show, and the man in charge is the Marine Corps General Holland Howling Mad Smith. And he has not been very impressed with the Army's performance so far, helping him with the first island in the Mariana Islands campaign, Saipan. During the Battle of Saipan, General Smith was so unimpressed with the 27th ID's performance that he actually had their general relieved of command and had a Marine Corps general placed in charge of an Army division. So General Smith is already not thinking very highly of the Army's capabilities, and when he finds out that he is being reinforced with the 77th ID, a guinea pig unit that is comprised mostly of middle-aged men, he's not very happy about it. So they're getting ready to invade Guam, and General Smith's plan is to not send in the 77th Infantry Division as a singular fighting unit. He's going to split them up and basically use them for reinforcements. Like, if this unit over there lost a platoon, he's just going to take a platoon from the 77th, give it to those guys over there, and he's basically going to disband and piecemeal out the entire division, is his plan. And that's exactly what happens. For the amphibious landing on Guam, they take some of the 77th ID platoons, they give them out to some of the Marine Corps units, some of the other Army divisions, and they send them into battle. A couple days later, General Smith, wondering how the old guys are doing, writes out to his commanders like, hey, how are these old guys performing? Can we use more of them? What's the deal? And to General Smith's surprise, according to all of his leaders in the field, these old dudes can throw down. They're absolutely awesome. A Marine battalion commander even went so far as to say, and I quote, there is no doubt in our minds that the 77th were good people to have alongside in a fight. As a result, we started referring to them as the 77th Marine Division. Okay, folks, I think you guys really appreciate what just got said here, okay? The Marine Corps, I love them.
The Marine Corps, look, I'm going to be saying the same thing that he's saying. Marine Corps does not easily mark anyone else as being part of the Corps. They're very proud of the Corps. You don't, especially not Army, because they hate Army. They hate Army. They hate, other people like that. So they're not going to be doing this automatically.
They're not good at a whole lot. Really, if I were the commander-in-chief, I wouldn't call up the Marine Corps unless I wanted something dead, broken, or pregnant. That's really where they shine. That's their wheelhouse. You want to know what the Marines aren't good at? Giving compliments to other people. They're not about it, okay? So for the Marine Corps to look over at the 77th ID guys, a bunch of middle-aged Army dudes killing people in battle, and go, you're one of us. That's the best compliment the Marines know how to give, okay? It's a huge deal. This is the equivalent of the Jedi Council giving you a seat on the council and giving you the rank of master. This is unprecedented.
Allow this appointment lightly. The council does not.
You're on this council. We grant you the rank of master.
What?
Take a seat, Master Skywalker.
What?
So when General Howling Mad Smith reads this, he's like, damn, okay, well, if one of my battalion commanders thinks that these are Marines, I'm going to treat them like Marines. I'm not piecing out the 77th Infantry Division one platoon at a time anymore. I'm going to send in the entire division on the Marines' right flank. So pretty much immediately, the entire 77th Infantry Division is sent in, and they make an amphibious landing on the beach on the Marines' right flank. 15,000 middle-aged men from the East Coast rolling up in amphibious tractors, getting out with M1 Grands and Tommy guns, ready to fuck shit up. This is the metaphorical equivalent of dad getting home from work. The Japanese just don't know it yet. And this amphibious landing and their movement up the beach and into battle was absolutely textbook. It was the epitome of slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It was the least chaotic amphibious landing anybody had ever seen. And as all this is going on, the Navy and some seagoing Marines are watching this amphibious landing take place, and a seagoing Marine famously says, would you look at those old bastards go, officially christening them with their new nickname, the Old Bastards. Now, the Battle of Guam rages on for about 2 more weeks until the island is secured on August 10th, 1944, and at the conclusion of this battle, it becomes clear to absolutely everyone, including General Howling Mad Smith, that his battalion commander was correct about the 77th Infantry Division. Because over the past 2 weeks of the Battle of Guam, the Old Bastards have racked up 2,741 confirmed kills and sustained only 248 in return. Okay, that is a ratio of 11 to 1 going up against an enemy that has home field advantage and the luxury of playing defense from fortified machine gun positions, which is absolutely insane. And with a performance like that, their new monikers of the Old Bastards and the 77th Marines are pretty much set in stone, with even General Holland Howling Mad Smith himself referring to them as such.
All your island belongs to us,
They're then given some rest and relaxation in New Caledonia, so they hop in the boats and head there immediately. They get about halfway there, and then the big green weenie strikes. Change of plans, no more R&R. We're going to turn the boats around and head straight over to the Philippines, because in Leyte, MacArthur has 4 divisions, and they are completely stalled out, and they need the Old Bastards' help. Now, the Japanese government has pretty much come out and said that they're going to make the Battle of Leyte a decisive battle for this war, and for that reason, they are throwing all the resources and manpower they have to win this battle against America and not lose this island. And up until this point, they're doing a great job. And then the 77th showed up. They showed up at Leyte Thanksgiving Day in 1944 with the energy of Dad didn't get to take his snap, and now it's gonna be fucking everybody's problem. Okay, oversimplified version of what's going on here. The Americans have one half of the island, the Japanese have the other. The Americans are getting resupplied on their back end, and the Japanese are getting resupplied on their back end from a place called Ormoc Bay. So the 77th Infantry is like, that's fine, hear me out. We'll hop in the boats, we'll drive around Leyte, make an amphibious landing, and we'll take over Ormoc Bay, cut off their supplies, game over, we win. To which the chain of command is like, that's absolutely crazy, you're gonna be outnumbered 3-1, and we're not gonna be able to get you any more supplies. To which the 77th is like, that's fine, we'll just bring some supplies with us, and then we'll steal all the enemy shit. And as far as being outnumbered 3-1, we've been hanging out with the Marines this entire time, and if they've taught us anything, that's just a target-rich environment. Let's fucking run it. So fast forward a couple of days, December 7th,
That's
the
amazing.
77th ID makes an amphibious landing in Ormoc Bay. They catch the Japanese completely off guard, take over the entire thing, get their entire division into the bay in 35 minutes. Then they start bringing in artillery and M10 tank destroyers. So they get everything squared away, they establish a defensive perimeter, also known as a beachhead. Then first thing tomorrow, bright and early, they're gonna start kicking ass, right? Right, everything's great. Couple hours later, guess who shows up? A Japanese landing ship full of Japanese troops, not having gotten the memo that America runs Ormoc Bay now. So the old bastards, under the cover of night, aim all of the artillery and the M10 tank destroyer at this ship as it gets closer and closer, getting ready to offload its barges full of troops and more supplies. The ship gets as close as it's gonna get, it sends out its first barge, and the old bastards just wait patiently as the barge gets closer and closer. And as it gets within 50 feet of them, they open fire with the 50 caliber machine guns, pretty much sinking it immediately. As the man on top of the M10 tank destroyer yells out, "Get some flares in the air so I can hit these sons of bitches." As the flares get shot up, the enemy ship is illuminated as the artillery and the M10 open fire on it, sinking it in a matter of minutes. According to the 77th ID's unit historian, this is believed to be the only time in World War II history where an infantry unit has successfully sunk an enemy naval vessel. So they're already off to a great start, and what happens next is described by an observer from the War Department as a divisional epic. Over the course of the next 8 weeks, the 77th goes on an...
Take care. Take care. Yep. All your bases belong to us.
Absolute rampage, taking over 3 cities, an airfield, and securing 43 miles of main supply chain roads, okay? It's not a big island. There's not that many roads. They've basically taken over all of them. And the entire time they're doing this, they are acquiring enemy supplies, everything from food to vehicles, and anything they don't use, they destroy. And they're not just out there stealing all the enemy shit. They're out there giving out death certificates like they're Oprah Winfrey giving out cars, because during this period, they are credited with 19,456 confirmed kills. In return, they suffered 543 Americans killed in action. That's a lot. I'm not trying to diminish that in any way, but it needs to be said that that is a 36-to-1 ratio, okay? 19,000 to 500 is an ass whooping and a half, and this would be studied at Fort Benning by the Advanced Officers Training Program for the next 40 years on how to conduct a clinical, textbook-level ass whooping. This 2-month-long rampage would bring an end to the Battle of Leyte with America securing the island in the
son. Welcome. Always glad to have you here, doing a little bit of history. Little bit of history. You know me, I always do a little bit of history. You get head pats, why is found son.
7th would immediately be shipped over to begin preparations for the Battle of Okinawa.
Kamikaze boats.
So area for the Battle of Okinawa, at which point they are informed that there is a small island chain known as the Karamaretto Islands. It is 15 miles off the coast of Okinawa, and the chain of command believes that they are going to be of strategic importance, and the 77th has to go clear them out. Now, the Karamaretto Islands is made up of 4 main islands, and the old bastards decide that they're going to take all 4 of them at once because apparently they're in a hurry. So that's what they do. They launch an amphibious landing on all 4 islands at the exact same time. Some of the islands they take over with 0 resistance whatsoever, and the other islands they face very, very little resistance. And for a second, it was so easy that they were kind of thinking maybe they just wasted a bunch of time and resources capturing these islands anyways, but upon further investigation, what they found was a fleet of 360 hastily made boats that were filled to the brim with explosives that the Japanese were going to use in a kamikaze-style attack, but instead of planes, they were going to be driving explosive boats directly into American ships during the main invasion of Okinawa. So being able to prevent the enemy from using these weapons during the invasion of Okinawa made this entire mission completely worth it. Fast forward a couple of days, April 1st, 1945, Easter Sunday, the Battle of Okinawa begins. It is 2 Marine divisions and 4 Army divisions making the initial...
Let's pause this and take a look at a clip. Why is Fan Sun rarely puts clips in here, so let's take a look at the clip. Ah, it's a Shin Megami Tensei one. Okay, let's take a look at this clip. Size Fan Sun SMT donation. Okay, let's take a look.
Oh, the wrong way. I thought it went that way.
I have to go to work, and so it's time for me to leave.
I have to go to work, so it's time for me to leave, but to lurk.
All I want to say is that you are my #1 favorite streamer. I love being your fan, son, and being by your side all the time. I love you so much, Sayu, and love watching you succeed.
Wow, that's very nice. Very nice of you.
Oh my god, Fan-san, you're insane!
That is really, really great, Fan-san.
Dude, thank you so much. You honor me, man. You truly do. Oh my god.
And that reaction.
All your silly jokes and all your references and everything you do for the community, all the comments, all the support on not just this platform, but on so many other ones, goes such a long way, dude. So I want to say thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. Oh my god. Thank you for the kind dono. Oh my goodness. That's so crazy. Thank you so much for allowing me to be able to do, what I do and just so much more. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And you know she means it. You absolutely know she means it. You absolutely know she means it.
landing, and the 77th is not one of them. They are being held back in reserve. And just to be clear,
that was very nice of you to do that, Sayu's Found Son, for her. Show her that she is appreciated. Show her that any kind of negativity she reached before does not matter. I almost sleep till you speak. Oh my goodness.
Because the chain of command
that was very
cute,
yes.
String backup guys. They're being held in reserve because they have the reputation of being the problem solvers, and they want to save the 77th until they diagnose where the real problem's at, and they're going to send the 77th in then. Pretty much immediately after the invasion of Okinawa, it becomes very clear to the chain of command that they missed a nearby airfield. There is a small island neighboring Okinawa known as Lishima, and on that island there is a Japanese airfield, and that airfield needs to go away. Problem is that airfield is being guarded by 5,000 Japanese soldiers that are very well dug in, and they are not about to give up without a fight. So they send in the 77th. The old bastards make quick work of it, securing the entire island of Lishima in 6 days, with none of the Japanese willing to surrender.
Damn.
Virtually all of them were killed in combat, approximately 5,000 enemy soldiers, with the 77th losing 258 men in return. And while the old bastards are securing Lishima, the Battle of Okinawa is still raging on. It is one of the bloodiest, most hard-fought battles in American history. The island is being guarded by over 100,000 Japanese soldiers, with hundreds of heavy artillery pieces, thousands of mortar positions, and fortified machine gun positions. They have the high ground, and they have underground tunnel networks. This entire battle is a fucking meat grinder. The entire island of Okinawa is an enormous problem, and nobody is having a good time, but one of the most problematic areas is a 100-foot-high cliff face where the 96th Infantry Division has been absolutely shredded. This place is known as the Escarpment, or as it would later become known as Hacksaw Ridge. The old bastards really do what the 96th Infantry Division couldn't pull off. As they show up, they send 2 battalions up the 100-foot-high cliff face to engage the enemy. The Japanese drove both battalions back, forcing all of them to retreat. All of them except for one. One of the youngest old bastards, a 26-year-old medic by the name of Desmond Doss, who was unique in that he refused to carry a weapon into battle because he was a conscientious objector that didn't want to hurt anybody. He only wanted to save people. He stayed up top while everybody else retreated, and while evading the enemy, he managed to go around and find wounded Americans and begin lowering them down the cliff face all through the remainder of that day and all through the night. By the next morning, he had single-handedly lowered 75 men down a 100-foot cliff face, saving all of them. The next day, the 77th would attack again, this time sending up 1 battalion to engage the enemy and the other battalion out and around the side to flank them. During this battle, Desmond Doss would become mortally wounded by grenade shrapnel and sniper fire.
Oh,
wounded,
no.
He continued to insist that the other medics and litter bearers continue to save other men rather than himself. The old bastards would finally take the ridge, killing over 3,500 Japanese soldiers and losing over 600 men of their own. But amongst them was not Desmond Doss. The men of the 77th got Doss evacuated in time. He would survive and eventually go on to be awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions at Hacksaw Ridge. But as his journey in World War II came to an end, the old bastards still had work to do. Now the 77th is going to be sent to capture Shiri Castle, but in order to do that, they have to punch through the Shiri line, which is essentially a natural wall of hills and cliffs, and on top of them is 50,000 Japanese soldiers manning fortified machine gun positions with overlapping fields of fire. At this point, almost all of the American forces are stopped in their tracks somewhere along this line. 2 Marine divisions and another Army division, both stuck, unable to penetrate through. The spot where the 77th have to break through to get to Shiri Castle is approximately half a mile wide and 2 miles in length. It takes them 32 days of constant fighting to clear that 2 miles. During those 32 days and in that single plot of land, the Japanese forces suffered 14,000 men killed in action. All of the American divisions managed to break through the Shiri line around the same time, and the Battle of Okinawa would rage on for a little bit longer, but the Shiri line breaking was the last major defensive maneuver that the Japanese were able to do. Everything after that was small-scale skirmishes.
What Minecraft block would I be and why? I think probably coal, because no matter how useless you think I am, you're gonna need me eventually. One of these days, you're gonna need me. No matter how useless you think it is, eventually you need coal. That's what I would do with Guga Suggs TV. You probably thought it was gonna be like diamond or something like that. No, coal, because I mean, like, if you push enough pressure on coal, it'll become diamond. And also, you think you're not gonna need me, but eventually you will. Now I don't know what references or jokes I make, but I like being positive and spreading positivity through the community. I think she's talking about like references when it comes to her stuff. Probably, all these other things that she's been doing and you are always supporting. I'm glad that you got that kind of positive reaction from Sayu. I really am. Because having an Oshi say that about you is amazing.
And this would rapidly bring about an end to the Battle of
Terracotta, because I got many colors. I got many colors inside of me.
Okinawa. After Okinawa had been secured, the 77th would receive word that they are to be shipped back to the Philippines, where they are going to be retooled, refitted, and receive a bunch of new guys to replace the men that they had lost, and they are going to be the only combat unit that was present in the Battle of Okinawa that is also to partake in the first wave of the invasion of mainland Japan, which is probably the shittiest compliment imaginable. Hey, you guys did such a great job that you get to do it again. Luckily, however, after arriving to the Philippine island of Cebu, the 77th ID would receive word that America had utilized a new type of weapon by dropping an atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, forcing the Japanese to surrender, and they would not have to go and invade the mainland of Japan.
That was good for everybody involved.
News, but it left just one thing the 77th ID had to do before they could finally go back home. You see, all throughout the Philippines, Southeast Asia, and the rest of the Pacific, there were still Japanese military members all over the place, scattered pretty much everywhere. Many of these groups of Japanese soldiers would refuse to surrender for months, or in some cases, even years or decades, refusing to believe that the Japanese Empire would ever surrender. And in the case of Cebu, where the 77th currently were, up in the mountains, there were approximately 5,500 Japanese soldiers. Fortunately, they were willing to surrender because they got orders directly from the Emperor. Unfortunately, they were willing to surrender to literally anybody except for the old bastards. Bear in mind, we're back in the Philippines. These Japanese soldiers hiding up in the mountains in Cebu are the remnants of what was left after the Battle of Leyte, when the 77th went on a 2-month-long rampage, destroying everything. Now, to be fair, we don't know for sure why these guys were willing to surrender to literally anybody except for the old bastards. Maybe it was because they remembered a bunch of middle-aged men with a blue Statue of Liberty patch on their shoulder, whooping their ass, and they just didn't want to surrender to them, or could be. I have an alternative theory. You see, along this entire journey, the 77th has not only gained a reputation for being extremely effective in combat, but they've also gained a reputation for kind of sort of not really taking a whole lot of prisoners compared to everybody else. Now, bear in mind, this is the Imperial Japanese. Not many of these guys got taken as prisoner because they would rather die in combat than lose their honor by surrendering. Despite that, out of all the POWs that were taken, the 77th somehow managed to take on the least. You know what, let me just read you guys the stats and you can come to your own conclusions. For all of the Pacific Theater across all branches of the US military, approximately 50,000 Japanese POWs were taken. That is a ratio of 44 to 1. For every 45 enemy soldiers that the American forces came up against, 44 of them were killed in action and 1 was taken prisoner. The 77th Infantry Division, on the other hand, only managed to take 358 POWs, which is a ratio of 122 to 1. And it gets way worse if you want to talk about the Battle of Okinawa in particular. During the Battle of Okinawa, all of the US forces combined took a total of 10,801 Japanese prisoners of war.
10 to 1,
10 to 1 ratio. Of those 10,801 POWs taken by the US forces at the Battle of Okinawa, the 77th ID was responsible for 58 of them, at a ratio of 278 to 1 compared to the U.S. Armed Forces ratio of 10 to 1. Okay, now to be completely honest, I have no idea why it's like that. Perhaps it's because the old bastards displayed exceptional rifle marksmanship. Maybe it's the fact that they took the jungle warfare lesson of if they don't stink, stick them to heart, and they followed through with that throughout the entire war. Either way, the fact of the matter is they've developed a reputation that they don't really take prisoners, and now there's 5,500 Japanese soldiers hiding up in the mountains that are too scared to surrender to the 77th ID, and they need them to surrender so that they can finally go home and mow their lawn after like 4 years.
You always start before everyone wakes up, including roosters. What the? Hey, shut up! You shut up!
So the leadership of the 77th sends off the chain of command, hey, you're gonna have to get some other unit out here to accept the surrender because they're willing to surrender to anybody except for us. To which the big army is like, just fucking figure it out. No, I'm not sending another group of guys out there. Get them to surrender one way or the other. Make it happen. Chop, chop, hurry up. Now, the obvious answer is to just practice classic American diplomacy where you show up with a gun and a sandwich and ask them which one they would prefer and let them know that both is an option. The old bastards, on the other hand, have an even better idea. They are gonna close this saga out the same way they opened it up by pulling some schoolyard bullshit and tomfoolery. So here's what they come up with. A lot of the new reinforcements that they were getting weren't old guys anymore. It was just whoever the army had. So it was 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. So they took them, had them take the blue Statue of Liberty 77th ID patches off their uniform, and they're going to send them up the mountain, have the Japanese surrender to them, separate them from their guns right there, and march them down the mountain. So that's exactly what happens. They start marching the Japanese down the mountain. Japanese are happy because they've gotten to surrender to literally anybody except the old guys with the blue Statue of Liberty patch on their shoulder, and then they get to the bottom of the mountain where there's a bunch of old guys with the Statue of Liberty patch on their shoulder. So the Japanese probably shit their pants thinking that they're all about to die, at which point the 77th is like, look, calm down. We don't care. We're not gonna hurt you. I just need you guys to get on the boats so we can ship you off to wherever the army wants you so that we can then get on our boats and we can go home because we're sick of this shit. And that's what happens. That's it. The 77th goes back home, the unit gets deactivated, and everybody lives happily ever after. So in conclusion, that is the story of the 77th Infantry Division, aka the Old Bastards. A bunch of middle-aged men originally seen as nothing more than a bunch of guinea pigs whose only meaningful contribution to the war effort could be to collect data points and run experiments on that would somehow go on to become one of the most effective fighting forces the world had ever seen. They saw combat in the Pacific Theater for 11 months, and during that time, they would lose 2,100 men, but for every old bastard that fell on the battlefield, he would take with him 22 enemies. The 77th was credited with 43,651 confirmed kills during this time period. They were the busiest army division in the Pacific Theater, and they were the only army division that was declared to be Marines by the Marine Corps. For this, the members of the 77th were awarded 6 Medals of Honor, 19 Distinguished Service Crosses, 2 Distinguished Service Medals, 335 Silver Stars, 22 Legions of Merit, 25 Soldier Medals, 4,433 Bronze Stars, and 16 Distinguished Unit Citations. Seriously, this is one of the best stories and one of the funnest things that I've ever got to research. That being said, for some reason, once I found out that pretty much all these guys were from the East Coast, the only thing I could picture in my head was that all 15,000 of these dudes were rich high. You know, angry cops here from YouTube. It's one of the most terrifying thoughts I've ever had in my entire life. Just
That's a lot of medals. I mean, for anybody, that's a lot of medals. Holy crap. Now, as we do be doing during these times, we are going to try to do Minecraft. So yeah, we're gonna be going. It is a ton of medals. Holy crap! Of course, take some time to like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. All that fun stuff that y'all be seeing. Because of course it's always good. Gonna see if anything pops up. Yes. Yes. Dooby-doo, yes. No friends are online, so I guess I have to create a new world. Hello. Be on Twitch but closing YouTube. All good. I mean, that's all fine. That's always fine. It's fine. Talk about fine. Like I mentioned earlier today, holy crap, the Dr. Disrespect thing, I'm still getting a ton of hate. Jesus Christ, people be getting angry for some dumb reasons. Holy crap. Oh, they can't hear you. Okay. I think I have to modify things again. It's because you are all just a figment of my imagination. That's why.
The voices in your head?
Yes, the voices in my head. Yes. They're all like Sag. Yeah, it can be Sag. Now they can hear you. But let's see. I guess I'll create a random world, or I'll go to the Hive. Bed Wars. Holy crap, that's Bed Wars stuff. Lifeboat, US 11-year birthday. Cubecraft, Galaxy Maps, Prison Season 2. What the? Enchanted Dragons. What the hell is that one? I'll take a look at that one. 1 out of 2. Is currently in playtesting. Join our hub to see more details.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what
Galaxy
happened
Wars.
with Dr. Disrespect? I mean, for you.
Well, I mean, what ended up happening with Dr. Disrespect for me, I want to see the lifeboat thingy. Was just people did not like that I was trying to be like someone in the middle. You know what I mean? Oh god, I'm inside of people. I'm inside of like hundreds of people. Holy, what the fuck?
We can't see your game.
There's no gameplay.
We can't see the game? Okay, that's more stuff that I need to fix. Holy crap.
You silly.
Yeah, I've always been. I always do this. I always do this in one way, shape, or form.
Silly.
I always do this in one way, shape, or form. I always mess up somehow.
Well, I was gonna say, with the Dr. Disrespect situation, I mean, like, I get it when you try to be neutral, but like, this is like one of those things where like the gray area is incredibly small.
The main, like for me, I'm not saying he did or didn't do anything, because legally I can't. Legally, as being, you know, journalistic integrity, all that kind of stuff, you just go. Here's what I try to do, which is, it works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes, it gets people annoyed sometimes, it gets all that kind of stuff. But what I try to do is give all the information that I have, give my opinion, which is, of course, if he is a PDF file, then that's really bad. You know, but show me proof of that. Show me proof of the messages being inappropriate sexually, and then I will let you know that it is, you know, if he actually does inappropriateness like that, then yes, I will be the first one to be like, this guy's an idiot. This guy is, you know, he should be, you know, buried underneath the jail type of thing. But I haven't been shown anything like that yet. So that is what I'm talking about, you know?
All that is happening right now is that whoever were his friends, they're all like a couple of them are disavowing.
Well, yeah, because the way it looks bad. And that's the thing. But that isn't the smoking gun that people make it out to be, in my opinion, at least. It's not a smoking gun. All it is people going with the flow and not wanting to be attached because they're big, not wanting to be attached to someone who could possibly be toxic. It's just the way it works on Twitter. They'll toss you in the drop of a hat. I've seen that happen to me. They toss you the drop of a hat. Someone just has to make an accusation. They have to be the first ones to make it. And then you responding is still being seen as something negative. That's what happened to me. Nowhere near the type of accusations that's what's happening with Dr. Disrespect. But still, mine was tiny. And I still am getting shunned, actively shunned, by a good portion of the independent VTuber community because of small accusations. I have people that I used to talk to who don't talk to me anymore because they are saying that they're like, there was this one person, this one specific person who is a bat VTuber who does, you know, stuff like that, who used to follow me and used to actually watch my videos. Once this happened, once the situation happened with me and, you know, the cat girl, they said they're not taking sides, but they blocked me. They removed me from their server. I tried talking to them on Discord, which is the only place I can talk to them, and they ignore me. How are you not taking sides when you fully ignore me? That shows that you're a fucking liar, that you are a piece of shit in my mind for lying to me, and I shouldn't really even try to talk to you. So I'm not trying to talk to them anymore, but I see them as a piece of shit because of the fact that they lied to me. They said that they weren't going to be taking sides, but they obviously did. So I see that as...
One person knew exactly what they were doing. Now that you're saying this.
Yeah.
So
they knew exactly what they were doing. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to convince themselves. Like, they were trying to convince themselves that they weren't taking any sides. But with the actions that they took, there's no way they can convince anybody of anything other than taking sides like they did. And I am... they didn't ban me specifically from their YouTube, but they have me hidden, which is an option that you can get. No matter what I talk, they're never going to answer. Same thing with their Twitter and Twitch and such. So that tells me that, yeah, you chose a side. If you didn't choose a side, if you would have not chosen a side, I could understand, you know, having me leave your server, that is fine. Having me not be on your server, that's fine. But going the extra step of doing all that extra stuff of, you know, making it so that I can't talk to you anymore, ignoring me, that type of thing, that shows me what you actually mean, which is you are taking sides. You are a liar, pretty much, in my opinion. And I don't know who you were trying to convince that you're such a good person, but you don't seem like a good person to me if you're going to be doing that.
You know what's going on right now for you?
What?
It's basically like what this VTuber did to you. It's basically what Mama Max did to two YouTubers.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only difference, of course, is that you weren't labeled a PDF. Which, oh my goodness, thank goodness that was not
I wasn't made. Yeah, I wasn't labeled into PDF file. I wasn't labeled into any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, there are people out there who are still working, and this is not me. This is not me being like, oh, paranoid or whatever. There are actually people out there actively working to continue to have me shunned in the community, to continue to have me banned from different servers and everything like that.
The end result was the same. The whole act was intentionally to get people to shun you.
You hold my hand and we can do other things.
Thank you for the head pat, Salty Dog.
And that is what Mama Max did to those two YouTubers. He actively made a false allegation, and the end result was those two got shot for it.
Yeah, and that's the issue. That's why, like, I am going to repost the video that we saw from Pippa, and I'm gonna put my own take on it, which is basically the repost is her recommending do not get friendly with VTubers because there are VTubers who will stab you in the back. There are VTubers who that is their prerogative to stab people in the back. Do not get friendly with them. Do not pretend that they are friends unless you actually know them in a, you know, personal level. Do not act like they are your friends because they're not. They will take an opportunity and they will knock you down using that opportunity. And that's what I've seen. That is, like, everything that she warned people about, I was like, holy crap, it happened to me. It's not like I'm sticking myself into being an important individual. Hell no. I'm a tiny VTuber in comparison to other people. But still doesn't mean that I'm not going to get pissed off with the things that have happened to me, you know?
People who do this, that's their preferred target, someone who's smaller.
Exactly. And as we know, as I had mentioned, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want them to, because people are going to be like, oh, you're talking about this person, and then they're going to, you know, people love drama, so what ends up happening is that, oh, it's like he's talking about you, so he's gonna send them the information, and then they're gonna go on Twitter, act like a victim, because that's what they've been doing the whole time since they've been making the Google Doc, act like a victim, and then, you know, get their attack dogs on me, and then it gets worse. So, this person who shall not be named, is like, I've been getting messages of people mentioning, it's like, look, this is what she's doing, because she has me blocked, I have her blocked, so I don't even check her stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, she's doing this, she's doing that. She's not necessarily talking about you, but she's making sure that other people don't collab with you, if they're gonna even think of collabing with her. She's bigger than you, so that's what she's doing. She's using her clout, whatever little clout that she has, you know, whatever bit of clout that she does have, to get that. And I understand the desire to be somebody out there who is well known, the desire to grow, all that kind of stuff. But as that has taught me, that is why I don't collab with very many people, because of what happened with her. She made me trust less in the VTubing community, especially the small VTubing community. Someone that I thought was going to be a friend, someone that I thought was going to be a help in my growth of being a VTuber, ended up being the worst thing to happen to me as a VTuber, which is, you know, hard to say about anybody, really. But yeah, she was the worst thing. I honestly, at this point in time, wish I had never met her. That person. I wish I had never met her. Her just living her own life, me living my own life, and me going and doing my own thing. I wish she had never entered my life. That's how serious this whole thing is for me.
You know what sucks about that? You know what sucks about that? About the thoughts that you're having? That it literally takes you having to go through them to start thinking this way.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It does suck. And what sucks is that I'm trying to not be this way. Because if I go this way of no collabs, no things like this, then I am giving her the win. Because I'm doing exactly what she wants, which is making it so that my brand doesn't grow, making it so that my brand has no reach, and her brand has the biggest reach, which is what she wants, which is the reason why she did it. Because here's the thing, what a coincidence that there were no issues, 0 issues, with how I did my content, with how I did anything, when I was getting 5 views, 6 views, 7 views, and she was getting hundreds and thousands of views. There was zero issues from her end. No complaints, no nothing. Once I started getting, like, I had a stream, the stream that she complains most about, was me supposedly doing a podcast, which I wasn't. It's basically doing like what I'm doing right now, of having you guys here. She thought I was doing a podcast, but why did she think that? Because I had 2,200 active people in my chat. 2,200 concurrent viewers, a peak of around 3,000. So that made her get jealous. That's the only thing I can believe. Because right after that, she started going and complaining on Twitter about me copying her, about me doing all this type of stuff. It's very convenient, the time. I'm yapping. It's very convenient. The timing is way too convenient for it to be anything other than that. It's like a lot of people were telling me, it's like, oh, you're overthinking things. I was like, maybe. But when you think about it, doesn't it make sense? Like, nothing. There were 0 complaints for the supposed 8 months that it had been happening before I started growing and getting equal views to her. Once the views started becoming equal and she was no longer, oh, what the hell is this? Oh, it grew. Oh, god damn it. Oh, look. This is weird. I'm stuck inside. It grew. I'm stuck inside of a block. I'm quite literally inside of a block. This is weird. Thank you, RPG. You're very kind. I'll be honest with you, and this is one of the few times I am 100%. I try to be 100%, but one of the very few times I get personal. One of the very few times I get in this whole thing is I absolutely am healing because of you guys. Honestly, that's just the truth. I'm healing because you are all here. Slowly but surely, but I'm healing because I have a community like you guys. It sounds like, oh, you're just yanking our chain, or you're just doing that so that we can feel good. No. Ask anybody who was here during the time when it happened. I wanted to quit. I quite literally wanted to quit. But you guys kept showing up. You guys kept being cool people that you are. You guys kept giving me your support. Saying, you know, you enjoyed my streams. You enjoyed my content. You enjoyed everything that I do. That as a content creator is what matters. That people are enjoying. Because I do this because I love doing it. I mean, if I didn't love doing it, I wouldn't be doing 2 videos a day, and days like today, doing 2 streams a day. Like, I'd stick to maybe a couple streams a week, maybe 1 stream a day, and maybe 1 video a day, and then do it that way. But because I enjoy hanging out with you guys, I enjoy doing all this stuff, I do as much as I do. But if I didn't have your support, I absolutely would not have been able to heal the way that I've been able to heal. Yes, I'm still bitter because it's not.
Oh no, that's not gonna go away.
Yeah, it's not gonna go away because it's not due to something that I did. It's not due to like me, for example, like supposedly what's happening with Dr. Disrespect, of me messaging a minor, or me being an absolute douche to people, or you know, it's not any of that. It's someone else wanted to destroy my brand, my channel, and did a pretty damn good job of making me pretty much a persona non grata, which is basically a person not wanted in the VTuber community, a person that people will actively avoid because they want to grow their channel using her or whatever, you know? And that still hurts. That's gonna hurt every single time I've been denied. I've been denied several times because of people have told me. It's like you are, you as a VTuber are undesirable. Someone told me, it's like, look, you're undesirable in the community in the sense that if I talk to you and if I am active with you, I'm going to get a lot of flack because of the accusations made against you, because someone went and, you know, made the Google Doc. That's what people look at. You have to understand it from my position. I was like, I understand it. I don't think it's right, but I understand it. And I didn't blame that person. That's why I don't mention that person's name. Several people have told me that. I don't blame them. They have to follow what is good, what they see as good for their brand. It still sucks to be seen that way, but there's nothing really I can do there. It's really up to each person, just like it's up to me to decide who fits my brand better, and it's up to me to decide who I go with when it comes to my brand. And it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be moments where there are going to be people who are gonna be like, yep, I do not want to have anything to do with you. And what sucks and what always gets you is that instead of it being like, oh, you're a news tuber and that's why I don't like you, it's like, oh, I've heard things about you and that's why I don't want to talk to you. It's not like, oh, this is true, this is not true. It's just I have heard things and that's why I don't want to talk to you. That's why I don't want to have anything to do with you. There are some people that can think logically. Like there was someone who was a there was still someone who was a. I put the wrong. God damn it! I put the wrong thingy on the freaking thingy. Ugh. Let's see. I put the wrong thingamadoobs on the thingamadoobs. I need to fix it right now. What I mean by thingamadoobs on the thingamadoobs, I put the wrong thumbnail, and I just realized it now. Because I don't look at my thumbnail until I freaking actually use it. Put the wrong thumbnail. I'm changing it now. Let's go. There we go. God damn it! Wrong thumbnail again. Change. We're doing that one. Oh, why didn't it download? I need to fix that. There we go. Download it. Download it, goddammit. But yeah, there was one person who I will not name because of course we're not in drama, we're not in any of that kind of stuff with them. But me and her had a drama going on. In Twitter. We were vague posting each other's Twitter stuff. I was guilty of doing it. She was guilty of doing it. It all started with that certain cat VTubers message against me and the Google Doc against me. That person had already gotten themselves convinced that things were going on. So it is they were going and doing their thing. I was doing my thing. We were, you know, talking about each other pretty much a lot. And what ended up happening is that eventually we decided, like both of us, her and myself, decided this is stupid. Why are we fighting against each other when we could just be, you know, minding our own businesses in the community and not having this BS stuff happen. And that's what caused me and her to actually talk on Discord. I'll give them credit for that. Actually talking to them on Discord, they actually heard me out. I don't think I really changed their mind, per se, when it came to, like, you know, the belief that I'm copying or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But at the very least, they understood my point. They understood why, you know, certain things possibly happened. And they were less harsh in their beliefs of, you know, why, you know, if it was good or bad or any of that kind of stuff. Now we don't talk because, of course, we're not friends, but we don't dog each other. We don't say negative things about each other because, of course, we aren't enemies either. So that was a good thing. But the other people that I'm talking about in the case of, you know, the person who did the accusations and all that stuff is they have done nothing to make things better. They have done nothing to fix what's been going on, you know, and that is the issue. That is the issue that I see. They should have tried to do that, but that shows the kind of person that they are. That shows what their intentions were when it came to what they were doing. Their intentions were to actually hurt me. Their intentions were to cause as much pain as possible. But I have you guys, and I'm very happy to have you guys. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be able to chill with you guys, honestly, because it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to chill with you guys.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I don't want to think things, but the way how you're saying all this, it's making me think things. If you want, I can DM you.
DM me your thoughts.
What I think of that. Don't say
DM me your thoughts.
Just
Yep, it's okay to DM me your thoughts, of course. Let's see here. We're gonna do the spruce logs for here, and maybe some more, because we need.
Don't read that out loud. Don't read it out loud.
No, I'm not gonna read it out loud. I don't read most of the things. I don't read out loud because it's just no one's business for the most part. That's honestly what I think, and it can cause problems if I read it out loud. But yeah, I'm doing well for myself, luckily. I need to actually go and make actual
Nah, you be you. You be you.
Yeah.
You be you yourself.
I be myself. I need to make
Be yourself.
need to make charcoal. I'm gonna go get some lava buckets. Keep trying your best. S happened and it passed. Don't worry, Salvi. Thank you so much. Third German Loki, thank you so much. RPG Stable, as well as for YouTube. Appreciate you lots. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, just trying to continue my life the way that I want to. Now, what was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna go get these. There we go. We have this, this, and this. Gonna go and just freaking use them down here. Go.
Alright.
There we go, there we go.
Alright.
Here we go. Now what I need to do up here, I forget which one is it. Are it these? No, it's not these. It's actually these. Which can burn, you can burn into, I'm gonna take half of these. And maybe half of those.
I was gonna get Minecraft today, but I decided against it.
You're gonna get Minecraft again today?
I was gonna get it, but I decided against it.
You would probably find sales eventually.
No, because there was something else I wanted to get instead.
Oh, well, that happens too. That definitely does happen too.
Yeah, and it was more expensive.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But here's the thing. It'd be on the Switch, the Minecraft.
Ah, okay.
Would it still work? Say if it was on Xbox,
Yeah, it would.
PC,
It would.
PlayStation?
It would.
Yeah.
Especially for Bedrock.
Yeah.
For Bedrock, it definitely would.
Yeah.
Hello, good 150. Hello.
Switchy.
The news today, Sayu's found son. The big news today was that the Nijisanji defenders, whatever you want to call them, were pushing for people to. They were trying to blame Doki fans / Hololive fans for all the bad thing, for the fact that the concert got canceled, because it did get canceled fully. It was mentioned, I think, yesterday that it was fully canceled. It was because there were very few sales, but that was the main thing that they said. Like the Nijisanji sisters were saying that it was all based on the threats and blah blah blah. But they're still gonna be there in a booth, so it's not the threats. Another thing that's happening is, of course, Iron Mouse reached 2 million subs. 2 million followers on Twitch, which is amazing. Then we have Zentreya, K9 Kuro, Haruka, and Iron Mouse doing a charity live stream using D&D. For that, there's a lot of things happening, which is fun. A lot of those types of things. A lot of good things. A lot of good times. A lot of good things. A lot of fun stuff. I can cut more logs if we need to. We do need charcoal. I'll take half of those. And I'll take the charcoal we have, and I will go over here and try to make more campfires. Oh, I can only make 8. Dang it. Okay. Maybe I need to take more. Well, we're gonna make charcoal because we don't have a lot of coal, so we'll make more charcoal. I'll go cut more. I'll cut more stuff.
Charcoal.
Yeah, it's all supposed to be because of Doki. They have a lot of things going on there. I also, of course, try to get small VTuber news. I haven't seen anything recently about Sayu other than the stuff that I've covered before. But that was the primary thing. Of course, also the NBA collab with Nijisanji. They finally brought out the merch for the NBA collab. Coincidentally, right after pretty much the day after they canceled the concert was the day that they put the NBA collab stuff out, probably to make people happy. They're going to be having the YouTube concert, the concert on YouTube for free, so that's a good thing. But a lot of people actually spent money and spent time and energy to go to be able to see them in concert, and that is the part that pisses a lot of people off. It would tick me off if I spent a lot of money trying to go to a damn concert, and they ended up being like, oh yeah, well, concert's no longer going on. You know what I mean? That would have ticked me the hell off. The Niji stonks are probably going to go down eventually. I mean, eventually they probably are. Need to make another stone axe, because I'm sure I have more trees to cut. I'm actually going to make 2. Because I'm trying to get campfires for Ami. And that's the main thing. I'm trying to get campfires for Ami. Because she needs campfires because she's making a bridge or something. Bridge to nowhere. So yeah. When the stonks are wonk, yes. She's trying to make these bridges. She's trying to make that bridge Yes. Thousands of dollars wasted. But here's the thing that I mentioned in the video and mentioned in everything that I've mentioned about it, is that when you think about it, there are, of course, penalties. There are penalties that have to be paid by Nijisanji. Crap. I didn't make the damn things. Well, I have it over here. Wait, there it is. Every one of them, every single place that you would have as a venue, you would have to pay penalties. If you decide to end your contract or whatever early, you have a penalty because that specific area has to have, they have to have money. They have to make money. And that's the thing. You're gonna, if you cancel on them that quickly, out of nowhere, you're costing them money. So of course they're going to charge that money to you. And that's the thing that the Nijisanji probably put into calculations. It was like, well, we're probably going to have to pay a penalty. But what's the penalty? The penalty is probably 25% of the fee that would be paid to the venue, like the regular, you know, booking fee, like 25% of it. That way the venue at least still gets some money. 25% of the venue fee is cheaper than paying the full venue, but only having 10% of the people in there. So instead of paying the 25%, like, you know, having that 75% loss, they just have a 25% loss. They can write it off, which every single person like that can write off because they always can write it off. And they can go and do their stuff. You know what I mean? That's the main thing.
Wait. I need a refresher in information.
No problem.
Who was the very first VTuber agency?
Very first VTuber agency was probably the one for Keys in an Eye. Probably one of those. Because
Keys in an Eye group.
Yeah, the Keys in an Eye group, or whatever it was called before it became the update, or whatever the heck it's called now. That group, I believe, was among the first, if not the first. There were many who don't exist anymore, and that's how come we don't know about them. There may have been many who were first there, but we don't know about them now because of the fact, of course, that they are no longer there. You know, they no longer exist.
They were wiped from history.
Yes, pretty much. I mean, seems weird, seems kind of like, oh my god, but pretty much that's what ended up happening for the most part.
I mean, stuff like that does happen. There are figures that get erased from the face of history.
There are. Yes, there are. There definitely are. There were 6 more here. So I'm going to go put these up here, which is what I'm going to do. 20 more campfires in case if she needs them. I'm just building campfires, sons of bitches. We need more actual charcoal. That's what we need more of anyways. Let me see something here. Okay, holy crap.
Wow. Nijisanji made their fans waste tons and tons and tons of money.
They did. They really did. And that's what sucks about the whole situation. That it was a waste of time and money for that, you know?
Money that could have been used for something else had they known beforehand.
Yep.
But life is such a gamble.
Life definitely is a gamble.
Yep. That's why I don't go to major league events like this.
Yeah.
I know my place in this world.
I just know that, like, when it comes to all these things, I don't gamble because I usually lose when I gamble. That's the main thing.
Have you ever played poker?
No, I've never played poker. I could never grasp it. I can never grasp the whole poker thing. Play blackjack, but not poker.
That was gonna be my next question. If you played blackjack.
Yeah, I played blackjack, but not poker.
Wait. How blackjack? That was the stupidest way to ask that question. What way did you play blackjack? The actual way, like the way that it is in a casino, or?
Yeah, the way that it is in a casino.
Where you're against the house. Well, everyone's against the house.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the only that's the way to play it. Of course. In regards to, Speaking of which, oh man, if possible, man, imagine if we could have a casino night.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just maybe, like, I don't know, find one of those free games that are like casino style games, like, you know how people have like something that doesn't involve money, of course. Red flags drag
no
themselves
money.
through the company like termites through wood. Absolutely. Just going back on what we were talking about before, I am a person who is an overthinker. Part of it is probably because of ADHD. Part of it is probably because, you know, I hyperfocus thanks to autism as well. I see the chances that the person who did what they did to me is getting. And I'm like, you know, I'm glad that they're getting it because I'm not the type of person to be bitter and, you know, wish them horrible ill will because that's just not the type of person I am. But I'm like, you know, you could have shared the wealth and allowed me to also have these opportunities, but you decided to be a bitch and you decided to do what you did, you know? Because I see them, like, talking to people and collabing with people that actively, like I said, actively don't talk to me. And it sucks. Because, oh well, I mean, what I'm doing right now to kind of counteract all that kind of stuff is trying to chat with smaller VTubers if I can't, like, because she's basically schmoozing the larger VTubers because she has like usually has like 60 or 70 concurrents in her Twitch chat. So what happens, what a lot of people don't know, a lot of VTubers and a lot of people in general, especially the larger ones, what they do is that you have to have a bare minimum of viewers before they'll allow you to raid them. Twitch allows that. It allows that option where you can set, you know, it has to have a minimum of 1 or a minimum of 10, 20, 30, 40, you know, 50, 60, whatever. And the people that she's smoozing have that minimum set up. So she's doing it. She's rating them. They're rating back. Of course, you know, people will do. And, you know, she's getting collabs with them and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, you know, that could have possibly been me because I was growing. But, you know, people be bitches. It is what it is. People be bitches. I wanna live inside of a tree again.
No.
That sounds wrong, but yeah, I want to live inside of a tree again.
He wants to be a true squirrel.
I want to be a true squirrel, goddammit. I was a true squirrel for a while until Lunar destroyed my dream. Lunar destroyed my dream. How dare? How dare?
Yeah, sure.
There we go. There I can make 22 campfires. Perfect. That was much better. We have 53 campfires now for, in case Ami wants to do the campfire thing again.
Yeah, she's making a bridge out of them.
Yeah, she is, and that's why I gave her as many campfires as I did. I'm gonna go and actually throw the campfires at her again. Big hugs! Big hugs to everybody. Big hugs to everybody for listening to my crap, my rambling crap. I apologize for that, but sometimes I get to the ramblings and it does happen. Like I said, I have autism, so sometimes I get hyper-focused on stuff. I also have ADHD, which is a bitch to deal with both. Holy crap, it's a bitch to deal with both. But yeah, sometimes I get hyper-focused, as you can tell. One pot meal or something pan-fried. I don't know, I prefer pan-fried. I don't know why. I don't know if it's right or wrong or whatever, but I prefer pan-fried for most things. You got 53 now. Now you got so many more. Wait, if you got all these nice farms, why the hell aren't you building stuff on them? God darn it. Yeah, 53 more. That's probably one side there. Yep, we're tighter. Yeah, I'm tighter with you guys and bark on a tree. Good stuff, good stuff. Really hope the EN talents get treated better or Nijisanji hires therapists. Even if people don't like her, I hope she gets treated better. And if she graduates, she doesn't have the career is over mindset. I hope so too. Like, Rosemi is one that a lot of people desire to move on. And I hope she does get the chance to move on. I hope they do get the chance to be in a better situation. I mean, for example, you guys have heard my qualms about Nijisanji again and again. So many damn times. It's a broken record. But I have my qualms with Nijisanji, but I will not knock the talents. I will not mock the talents. I will not say, you know, talents deserve everything that they've gotten. I will not say anything of that sort, because they don't. No one deserves mistreatment. No one deserves to be in any way made to feel less than, in any way made to feel like they don't deserve what they have. Whether you feel they deserve what they have or not, whether you feel they've worked hard for it or not, you are not the arbiter of everybody's, you know, success. So that is something that I always try to push. I try to push positivity. If I have a qualm with somebody, I talk to them. I don't make documents. I don't make, you know, weird Twitter posts. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't accuse people of copying or anything like that. All I do is I talk to them. It's like, hey, I saw that there was this issue that was going on, like what happened with the other person that I mentioned. We talked it out like adults should. She had issues with me, the person that I'm talking about. This other person who didn't write anything about me. We were just doing vague posts like I mentioned, but we talked it out in Discord. I asked if she wanted to talk in Discord or if she wanted to talk in Twitter. She said she doesn't like Twitter. She doesn't like the way Twitter's DMs things goes. So we talked it out like adults. She didn't like me. Like, she really didn't like me. But we talked it out like adults. And now we aren't friends, but we're cordial with each other. We don't talk about each other. We don't mess with each other's communities. I have firmly and openly disavowed any, because she was getting, she's a trans woman, and she was getting a lot of trans hate after she started coming after me. And I was like, well, number one, it's people. I don't think it's anyone from my community, just because I know you guys well enough that you guys wouldn't be doing that. But number two, I told her, look, either way, I am going to write something out, and I'm going to disavow the trans hate, because I disavow it 100%. Any type of hate, you guys know me. I don't like any type of hate, even if you feel people deserve it. Don't do that. And especially not for their gender identity. Especially not for anything like that, you know? Especially not in any of that. So I told her that. I wrote out my message saying, in this community, trans hate, any type of hate of any type of person for who they are, is not welcome. You are not welcome in the community if that's the type of person you're going to be. So please don't do that. Especially don't do that in my name, because I disavow that. Because I have a lot of trans friends. I have, like, outside of the VTuber community, I have trans friends. I have family who's in the LGBTQ community. So it is something that I absolutely fight against and would be absolutely against. And then once that happened, they removed, because they made videos about me. They made videos about me. They removed the videos they made, dogging me and you know, criticizing me and you know, making fun of me and doing meme stuff and all that kind of stuff. They removed those videos, which I'm very happy of. I didn't even tell them to remove it. They removed it on their own. Because we talked it out like adults. Illyra, by the way, on the second part. Oh, yeah. Illyra, on the Illyra part, I don't wish her any ill will. I wish for her that if she leaves, she apologizes, because she has made a lot of mistakes. An apology is very warranted. I hope she's able to apologize, get through what she's getting through right now. You know, any anger, frustrations that people have, which is going to happen, it's going to be a thing. Unfortunately, people are tribalistic in the way they act. Unfortunately, like I said, they can be very tribalistic. So, on those ends, I hope that no one mistreats them. No one, like, even if the supposed black stream is proof of her being a bully, let you know, don't talk to them. Don't talk about them. Don't go into any of their streams. Don't support them. If you feel that they're bullied, don't support them. That's what I do. I don't support Vox, Ike, or Lyra because I feel that it was wrong for them to make that stream. But, as I've always said, I never, ever, ever support any type of harassment to any liver, big or small, because of what, you know, is going on in, you know, whatever. I always say support the livers, you know, hate the company, not the livers. Support the livers, not the company. That type of thing. It's the way it should always be. But not everyone believes that way. Sayu's fan son, not everyone believes it. Not everyone is as kind as you. I just see myself as a regular individual who just, you know, thinks of logic, uses logic in what I can. But it's not something that, logic is not very logical for a lot of people. Logic is not very,
Jeez, bugger.
You're finally here. Logic is not very easy to be seen by a lot of people.
Listen, I was watching Princess Peach Showtime. It's actually really fucking cute. I won't even lie.
Oh, Princess Peach Showtime is amazing. Princess Peach Showtime is amazing.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
It's a game you can play right now, I believe.
You know what I found out because I was reading an article on it?
Yeah.
You know, what is it called? Is it Princess Slay? No, I think it was Slay the Princess.
Ah, yes, Slay the Princess, yes.
Slay the Princess.
It's a good one. I've heard that one's a pretty good one.
You know what the devs said that they didn't care about?
What?
They didn't care if you pirate it.
A lot of small devs are saying that. They say that they'd rather you play it if you can't afford it. That's what every dev says. Every dev says if you can't afford it, then you can pirate it. It's not necessarily being like, oh, you can pirate everything. It's like if you can't afford it, if you honestly want to play our game, but you can't afford it because you don't have the money, then go ahead and pirate it. A lot of people have done that and have said that. And you know what ends up happening with those people? Yes, they get pirated. Of course they get pirated because that's what they're saying that they can do. But what also ends up happening is you get people who will be like, well, I already have the game. Yes, I already pirated it, but now I have money to spend on it. So they pay for the game anyways, even if they played it, pirated it, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they support the people.
It happened with Stardew too, because I was watching a video about how there's people who did pirate Stardew.
Yeah.
But they later on fell in love with the game so much that they actually spent money on the game.
Yeah.
To buy the actual game. Which is so wholesome because it's like, this is how you know you convince people who pirate to just, you convince them. And then there's devs who don't support it at all.
Yeah, that's what good devs, that's what smart indie devs do. They say, look, we prefer it, of course, because it's our passion project. We prefer, and it's also our job, if you pay it. But if you can't pay it now, pay us later type of thing. They actually do that. They actually are like, if you can't pay us now, then you can pay us later. Pay us when you can. And that's one of the things that I do respect the Lord Gaben, Lord Gabe Newell. Lord Gaben said that people go for experiences, and if you make their experience good with a system, a service, whatever, you'll have them for life. And that's what he's done with Steam. With Steam, he's done that. With Steam, he's got people for life because you got the refund thing that pops in there. You got, indies that can go in there. You've got freaking Black Mesa, which is something that I never expected to get the okay, and they never expected to get the okay, honestly. Because Black Mesa, if you don't know, is a passion project that was made by people who loved Half-Life. And they were making Black Mesa, and they asked, Steam if you could host it in their store. Steam was like, yeah, no problem. We'll just take the cut that we always do. But yeah, you can use, because they're going to be using their intellectual property. So they're like, yeah, you can do this. It's not a problem. All that we ask, like I said before, all that we ask is that you give us credit for, the original stuff, and also, pay the fees. And they're like, yeah, cool. So they made an agreement. It started out as, unlike Nintendo, where all the passion projects and all the individual projects of Nintendo, they get destroyed by DMCAs. Steam was like, oh, you're making a cool game that's based on one of our old games that we haven't really touched in years? Go ahead, do it. That's a big change. That's definitely a big change. Definitely a huge change.
I respect people like that, because it's like there's people who are, because I don't think even, Disney cares about people taking the script from Club Penguin and re-scripting it.
I don't think so. Again. I mean, as long as you're not making money off of it, people, that's the main thing that, Disney and others don't really care about. They don't care if you use it as long as you're not making money off of it. Once you're making money off of it, that's when they're like, screw you. We're getting our lawyers, our $10 million lawyers, we're getting them, and we're going to screw you up the butts. The whole time. I have more whatever you want to call it.
Campfire?
Yeah. 19. It's not a lot, but it's something.
Can you do me another favor?
What's up?
I'm gonna need a cook stone to replace these stairs.
Stone?
I use it on stairs.
A cut stone?
Yeah.
Cut stone?
Like stone brick. Stone brick
stone brick.
stairs. Just a little
Okay,
bit, not too much.
stone brick stairs. Let me just go see how you make stone brick then. I forget how to do that.
It's just
Daily life.
cooking stairs and not cooking thing.
Okay, so it ends up being you cook it. Okay, makes sense. You cook
You
cobblestone,
need
right?
stone and then you put it in the stone cutter and turn it into bricks.
Okay.
Stairs. Yes.
Okay. Blast furnace, right? Or just a regular
No,
furnace?
it doesn't. That's the regular furnace because only blast furnace took ores.
Okay.
And that's not an ore. I did it again. Whoopsie.
Oh boy. Caught yourself on fire again?
No, I accidentally put a campfire where it didn't need to be.
Okay. You're echoing a bit? Oh. Oh, I think, Ami, I think the echo is happening on your end too. Again. It's still happening.
I'm trying. Shut up. I hate this.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I don't know if next time I'm gonna try to at you a couple more times because I don't know if I added you enough. Not sure if I added you enough to get your
really want to
attention.
overwhelm her with mentions, huh?
I think I only did 20 this time, so it's not too bad.
Still a lot. That's still a lot.
Get in your nest of blankets. You're lucky. You're lucky that you have that you can get into a nest of blankets. I don't have that. In the sense that it's just way too freaking hot. So we got stone. What can we make? Can we make stairs? Yes, stone brick stairs, but only one. Holy crap.
Yeah,
really?
But it's 1 block for 1 instead of being the 4 stairs for 6 blocks that you get from the crafting recipe. So it ends up being far better.
Yeah, it does end up being far better. I don't have. Do I? No, I don't have a pickaxe. Oh yeah, I do have a pickaxe. Never mind. I'm gonna use my pickaxe because I just fucked everything up.
You placed one, didn't you?
Maybe. Let's see. We need stone stairs for the final bit, so that's what I got. I got stone stairs. So we got this, and this. There we go. Stone stairs for the final bit. Is that all you needed for this final portion over here? Because we got stone stairs now. Cold and hot at the same time. Oh god. I'm on fire! Fire ya!
A blanket nest sounds so nice, honestly.
Trying to send like random shit to Ami. Giving her random shit. Yeah, I have AC in my room. AC definitely helps. I need to cut more wood, but I also need to campfire ya. Campfire ya. Fire ya ya ya. Oops, I broke the box. I mean, I didn't break the box. Of course I never broke the box, because it would be dumb to break the box, right?
So you broke the box.
I mean, I fixed it. But it's a slow process. It's a slow process. There we go. 2 more. Of course, put these over here because I don't need that there right now. I don't need this here right now either. There we go. Because I need to go cut more trees. I mean, we have a very, very, very steady growth of trees here. Like, they grow pretty damn fast, except for that one over there. For some reason, it's not growing, and I don't know why. I don't know why this one isn't growing, but the other one grew really fast. Fire ya ya ya. Your jack broke? Oh god. I mean, technically, does that mean your jack's off?
Your jack's off?
Dang it.
Yeah, for YouTube, thought the same thing as I did.
Aside from that, what did I miss?
She got her jack off, so that's cool. Oh, Bop It. That your work it, crank it thing reminded me of Bop It. It reminded me of Bop It. Bop it, spin it, spank that ass. Oh, that's not one of them? Twerk it, clap them cheeks. I must have been using a different Bop It then.
Yeah. Probably the adult version.
Yeah. Just don't spank it. Spank the monkey! Don't spank the monkey.
You've been quoted.
Fucking monkey,
oh god, I've been quoted. Effing monkey, Dekosa. Jill Kuhn, apparently, according to what I've seen from Peck What Up, Jill Kuhn is still doing very well. It's a Senegal bush baby, and it's doing amazingly.
Need updates.
Jill Kuhn is cute as fuck.
If she's willing to offer updates, of course. No one should be forcing her to update the monkey.
Nope. She just shows Jill Kuhn off when there's cute stuff happening. That's it.
It's fair to one. Yes, update the monkey. No, don't update the monkey. No.
Robot?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Alright, so that should grow soon. It's pretty weird how these spruce trees grow. Oh, what the hell?
What happened? I heard a scream.
I heard a scream too.
It's me because you're not fucking listening! Salvi,
well, I didn't hear you until now.
Salvi, I am not joking around. So knock it off.
Okay, all good. I don't know what happened, but okay.
What I fucking just told you. The jack broke inside my controller. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ah, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know what? Talk to you guys later. We're just gonna be in silence right now. Yep. We are gonna go into a regular world. Enchanted Dragons. I haven't actually checked that one. Let's join that server. Jack broke inside. Oof. That requires a new controller, which sucks. That's gonna require a new controller. What's this Dragons thing about? Let's go for this. We're having a closed playtest. Lucky players will be given a coupon to buy a Dragon Pass. If you buy the Dragon Pass, you'll be able to set your very own dragon. Oh, okay. Interact to redeem a... Oh, okay. This is a closed playtest. Okay. So that's what this is. Ah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Save and quit. Let's try... Galaxy Sites. Home of My Farm Life, the entity Kronos. Oh, God. There's 670 people in this one. Servers are always good. Authenticate to Minecraft services? Why? Well, fuck it. We're gonna be doing just watching stuff. Have you played Super Monkey Ball? Back in the day, not if you're talking about the new Monkey Ball, no. I guess because I think they redid it. I played it back in the day at my cousin's house because we didn't have a Super Nintendo. But I have it now. But let me just double check. I will be right back. Do they have Super Monkey Ball on that one? What do they have on the Super Nintendo one? Because they have the NES Classic. And then I have the Super NES Classic. The NES Classic has a lot of dust on it, which is not good. Has a lot of dust on it. It has Super Mario Bros. Original, Donkey Kong Original, Metroid, Pac-Man, Zelda, Kirby's, and 30 more classic NES games. Bubble Bobble. Ooh, they have Bubble Bobble in that one. I have two, count them, two Super Nintendo classics. One of them is the European version, and I don't know exactly what the European version gives me, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what the European version gives me. Let's just read. It has Super Metroid, Final Fantasy, Star Fox, Super Mario RPG, the original, Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, of course, Secret of Mana, F-Zero, Super Castlevania 4, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I love that one, Super Punch-Out, Contra 3, love that game too, Earthbound, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Mega Man, Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby Superstar, and that's it. Does the Super NES Classic other one, the American version, the US version, does that one have anything different? Oh yeah, and they have Star Fox 2 on that one. It has everything the same. It looks like Dreamhouse, yeah. Dream Course. Super Metroid. Oh, this one has nope, Final Fantasy 3. Yeah, F-Zero has everything the same. I think F-Zero is the only one that I've seen here that's not on here. Oh no, they have F-Zero, never mind. Just different box art. But I have the three of them, and I haven't opened any of them. Well, I've opened them enough to take the ROMs off of it. You know what I mean? But I haven't opened them enough to like do anything else with them, if you know what I mean. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch over to this. We're going to do game capture off because we want to do the background. And we are, wait, what the fuck? Oh, I was like, why is there still music? I have Minecraft in the background. That's what happened. Still have Minecraft in the background. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
When all the date with Rosa happened, you mean Liz? I've been out with her actually. You know, maybe I shouldn't tell you about it though, because you guys are coming to spill the tea. Well, I mean, we were in the cell together, so I've been with her a lot, you know?
Yeah, yeah. She's gonna be in the cell with her.
Did you guys know I've been a fan of her for a really long time because of, you know, we were in the cell together. So I'm sure she liked me too because I would sing and she would sing and we would hear each other. So through the wall, secretly we'd sing duets together.
Totally, that's cute. That's cute. We are family.
Totally
cute.
Not my delusion. Yeah, I was in her unarchived rebroadcast yesterday, and she sang "Worst Pies in London," and I felt so close. Yeah, now she's my kohai and I'm the senpai. In the cell, was she my superior? Maybe, but now who's the superior?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy her rebroadcast? Of course I did. She's amazing. She's a fucking incredible singer. Like literally.
She is actually an incredible singer. I'm going to give her that
half
much.
Of the
she is an incredible singer.
That she had. She's insane. I need to ask her to teach me how to belt. Yeah, they don't call her the Scarlet Queen for nothing. She's literally the belting queen. So, I think I told you guys this, but I actually have vocal damage. Or maybe it's my first time mentioning it. So belting's really hard for me. So it makes me really sad when people don't like my covers. Because they don't think it belts enough.
Well, I mean, if you have
really
that, then this makes sense.
Well, what happened? I've had vocal damage since before. I mean, guys, I'm missing my horn. What do you think that's an allegory for? I'm fucking nerfed to hell and back. Is it fixable? Yeah, I mean, I take vocal lessons once a week. Not since I've been in Japan because it's a bit complicated, but it should by all means be fixable. I just need to find my other horn. But in the meantime, I'll just work on getting my singing skill up so I can belt again. And
very good to do that.
And sound good and to be able to give the powerful performances you're all hoping for. Shiori, please. Yeah, my singing is still really good. The damage only really comes in when I'm trying to like belt higher. I can sing really high in my head voice, and I can still sing very well. And my technique is still also pretty good. So now that Elizabeth is here and her technique is so stellar, I need to ask her for advice. Yeah, Senpai Tax stream where I forced Elizabeth to teach me how to sing. If it were that easy, I'd be fixed by now. I guess the way to describe it to you guys best who probably don't know much about singing is the way that I sing when I'm going for high notes is inherently flawed. So often if I try to push it too much, it's gotten better. I don't tear my throat quite as often, but like trying to hit high notes,
that's good.
like in a belting place, I would quite literally tear my throat to the point where I could taste blood for the rest of the day.
What?
So my throat would be bleeding.
That is bad.
So
that is like really bad.
Yeah, it really hurts, and then I can't sing for a while. It's one of the reasons I've talked about this before, but that's why I only usually stream for 2 hours at a time. I think my voice is kind of weak, so usually I can't talk for very long without getting really tired.
That makes sense.
2 hours, but I haven't streamed in a few days. So it's okay, but that's why
she went like
usually
7-8
when I'm
hours on
streaming
this
more
stream,
regularly, especially like if I can avoid
she was
it,
playing
I either
RuneScape.
try to talk less.
She did like 7 or 8 hours on this crap.
Be more careful. That's why, like the last RuneScape stream, when I was reading all the text, I was starting to get frustrated because my voice was starting to really hurt. Because like there's even a difference between like talking and like reading talking for me. I'm trying to work on that. My voice teacher points it out. She's like, you go into like voice actor mode. You go into voice actor mode when you sing, and she's like, it's really amazing that you can do that, but basically you need to stop doing that.
Well, I mean, I can definitely understand that. I can understand, you know, them probably being like, you know, that's probably gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you. So that's never a good thing. That's honestly never a good thing. Oh God.
Hello, sweethearts. What's all this then?
Bow-bow, bow-bow, bow-bow.
You've all been patiently waiting for me, and as a thank you, I'll sing you a song. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Bow-bow. That's so cute. They're singing along. That's cute. They're singing along. That's so cute.
1, 2, 3目線そらしてするよねほてり出す僕の気持ちもて遊ぶみたいで追いかけちゃダメなのは
That was good. That was a good one.
わかってるでも無理さ
She's a good singer. People were saying, like, the Niji sisters were saying that she's not a good singer. She's actually a freaking good singer. Whoa! She has elite Japanese. It's elite Japanese is what it is. Yeah, as if their opinion matters, very right. Yep, throat, I'm a degenerate. Let them seethe. That's what they're doing. They're seething. Oh God, that one. They're breathing the stratosphere of copium. Very true. Very true. ASMR thing she did there? Yeah, that was a big thing. That was a big one. Pow, pow, pow. RPG. She is a good belter. She's definitely a good belter. Yeah. Hopefully, she doesn't run into the same thing that a lot of Hololive JP have run into, the nodules in their vocal cords. Is it easy for she? Yes. There you go. She got chills! Narissa said she got chills. She said send it right there. I got chills. She said she got chills. Dude, she's really enjoying it. Holy crap. That was insane. That is insane. Damn. Narissa was even saying, I got chills.
Oh my goodness. Mind if I have a swig of water? 1 sec.
Yeah, she like freaking killed it with that one. That was, holy shit. That was a killer performance. That was definitely, like, damn, she belted that out. Like it was said, she belted that shit out. Absolutely belted out. There we go. Let's talk about Henya, Daily Dose of Internet.
Next one,
oh god, that's a long one, never mind.
Oh, let's watch Daily Dose.
FPS Diva? What?
That is scary close to how I look. Okay, chat, just for context. Alright, so I have glasses on in the picture, so ignore that.
Oh, she cute. She cute. And that is very close to her, yes.
That's like my exact face shape and everything.
That is scary right there.
What? Yeah, the nose structures are the same. The chin's the same. Okay, me without makeup, literally I have bags like that. You know what? I can't believe I'm showing you this. Me without makeup, boys.
Wow. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
Yesn't. Yes, yesn't. But she's cute. She's very cute. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and see what else we can... Let's see where I can send you guys. Because that's what I want to send you guys to. I want to send you guys somewhere interesting. Somewhere that I've already had communications with. Someone that I've already possibly sent people to before. Naki VT. Anyone playing Elden Ring is kind of sadly not going to be someone that I'm going to send people to. Pat Scene is doing Still Wakes the Deep. This one is someone that I will send you guys to. If they let me. That is, if they let me. Of course, be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Always remember, do not let others dictate what kind of happiness you have. Do not let others' jealousy, do not let others' anger, do not let others' frustration that they're trying to put on you dictate anything of what you're going to be doing with your future. Anything that you do in your life should be dictated by what you want to do and the happiness you want to bring to others and yourself. Remember, you do bring happiness to many. You are an important person. You are someone that matters. You always have been, always will be. You should be very proud of everything you've been able to accomplish, whether you think it's big or small. Be proud of every single thing. Of course. Nos vemos hasta mañana. Nos vemos y que te cuides mucho. Cuídense mucho. Porque yo quiero asegurarme que nos veamos otro día. Mañana, pasado, cuando sea que nos vemos otra vez. Nos vemos y otra vez. Ara, mama. Let me set up these raids for ya. And who am I going to send you guys to on the monetization side, on the this side? Who is playing right now? Kairi, no. Mamie. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I'm gonna do that. Mamie, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Miami. Mamie, whatever it is. I think they're from Production Kawaii. But yes, I do hope that you all have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself. Be kind. Have that enjoyment that I know you're going to have. And please, always, always take care of yourself. Because you do matter. And I want to make sure that you take care of yourself.